Why can RAA provide better service to South Australians?
Well, morning, Deb.
Morning, Sam. If there's a storm, we already know there's a storm.
Hey, Deb.
Hi, Ben. Or if you're broken down, we know exactly where the street is.
Netball tonight, Deb?
Go Tigers. We understand things that affect locals.
Morning, Deb.
Morning, ladies. And we can make difficult situations easier because...
You're locals too?
Yes, that's why we can do more for South Australians.
Okay, good afternoon and welcome to the NPL South Australian Round 16 action between the Campbelltown Red Devils and the Para Hills Knights, live from the Steve Woodcock Sports Centre. Round 16 of the NPL South Australia is proudly presented by Statewide Super. RAA proudly supporting football in South Australia. Get an insurance quote today. Also, RAA members save 10% on travel insurance. Get a quote today. Claymore Wines Player of the Match. Claymore Wines will donate $1 from every bottle of Claymore Wines purchased at participating outlets to a women's football fund. Visit the FFSA website for further information. Today's Matchday commentary team is yours truly, Rob Peppicelli. With me today is Tony Lescala, and our stats man is Ryan Marveggio. Not forgetting our boundary rider today is Andrew Sperling. Very good afternoon, good evening to the boys here tonight in the big game, Campbelltown up against Para Hills.
Yeah, good evening, Rob, and good evening, everyone. It's a great night. It's not too cold out here, Rob. I thought it might be a little bit colder tonight, but I think we're in for a good match. Both, Para Hills coming off of a really good win last week against Sturt Lions, and Campbelltown struggled to beat South Adelaide, struggled to get a draw against South Adelaide last week, Rob. So
4-2 down at one stage.
Interesting game.
Good evening also to Ryan Marveggio. Ryan is our stats man today. How you going, buddy?
Very good. Good evening, boys. Good evening, viewers and listeners. Yeah, stats man for one more week. Then I'll make the transition back down to the boundary. I've got one more week of recovery.
You're going to be a commentator next week.
Oh, next week I've got promoted, so fantastic. But yeah, everything's going good. It's the lights are on. The pitch looks in not bad condition. And as you guys explained, it's a big game for Campbelltown, but a big game for Para Hills as well. They're on a bit of a run, and it's sort of copycat of what happened last year. They got a bit of a run and found themselves in the top 6. So it's a big game for Para Hills. A little bit of confidence coming in, and I'm sort of excited to see what the outcome is.
Very good afternoon. Also, good evening to our boundary rider today is Andrew Sperling. Very good evening as well, Andrew.
Good evening. You hearing me loud and clear? I was a little muffled then.
A little bit, muffled there, a little bit. But, good night tonight. Not much breeze out there and looking pretty good, the ground.
Very nice.
Yeah, cutting in and out at the moment. Come a bit closer. That's it. No, not got you at the moment. But, we'll get back to spells in a minute. But big game today. Going through our... acknowledge our other match day sponsors, Tony.
Yeah, now Boundary Rider Rob is brought to us by Dry Creek Auto Wreckers, 310 Cormac Road, Wingfield. Adelaide Wrecking Yard, stocking second-hand and rebuilt parts. Go and see them there at Wingfield. Top Goal Scorer of the Year award is brought to you by the OAS Group. The OAS Group provides a range of construction, building design and renovation. Ryan Marveggio, Anthony Di Bartolomeo and Diego Barbaro are the professionals to help you build your dream home. The stats brought to you by Chemist King, Hectorville. 84 Glenburn Road, Hectorville. Go and see Michael Uccello for the range of pharmaceutical products. Around the Ground scores brought to you by West Beach Pizza Bar, 699 Burbridge Road, West Beach, for your mouth-watering, delicious pizzas. And the Player of the Year award brought to you by the LSA Live Streaming Australia Group. If you're looking for live streaming your sports events, corporate functions or business seminars, see the experts at LSA Live Streaming Australia. Give Andrew Sperling a call on 0418 847 125.
And talking about Spells, I think he's okay now. So Spells, yeah, as I was saying, beautiful weather tonight. Not much, there was no breeze at all that I can see, in the ground looking in good condition.
Yeah, pretty good condition. You know, obviously just had the B-grade boys running around out here and scuffed it up a little bit, but in general, earlier in the week, we were looking to batten down the hatches, but it's absolutely perfect here. A bit frosty, a bit dewy on top, but I know the boys like that, so they'll get a bit of skid and a bit of run, and really looking forward to an excellent game.
It's going to be a great game too. Looking at the results from last week's games, round of games, in round 15, we had the Comets 1 defeating Olympic 0. Adelaide City drew 1-1 with Adelaide United. South Adelaide drew 4-4 with Campbelltown. What a big game that one. Also, Croydon and Burkalla was 4-4. Metro Stars in our match of the round last week, Tony, 5-2 over West Adelaide. It was a pretty good game. Good goals too in that game. And Parry Hills, gee, they walloped the Sturt Lions 4-0 in that game. There was a midweek game. There was that catch-up game, boys. Adelaide United up against Comets, and that ended up being Adelaide United winning 1-0. And looking at the results in today's game, there was one game played at 3 o'clock. I think Jimbo's already got that written down. Sturt Lions, guys, 2-0 win over Adelaide Comets.
Well, that is a real surprise. I mean, I don't think too many people would have picked that. But saying that, looking at Adelaide United youth, Rob, are they flying or what?
We'll look at the table in a minute, but looking at the games happening tonight, guys, Tony, it's Campbelltown, obviously our match of the round against Parra Hills, 6 o'clock kickoff. Also, 6 o'clock kickoff is today, Olympic against Metro Stars down at the Olympics ground. West Adelaide on Sunday, 3 o'clock, is West Adelaide against Adelaide City. Also on Sunday, which is at 3:15, Adelaide United against Croydon Kings, and Burkalla and South Adelaide. I'm pretty sure that game is about 3 o'clock as well. West Times Burkalla against South Adelaide. So, yeah, some big games happening, and we're reaching the crunch end of the season, aren't we?
We sure are, and that win today for Sturt Lions really starts putting pressure. I know there are still a few points away from second to bottom in Croydon Kings, but in saying that, though, that does put, well, actually, that's 15
we'll go
games.
Through the table,
yeah,
Ryan.
actually, that's 15 games. So if you put Sturt Lions now on 16, they're on 10 points. So that now puts a little bit of pressure now on Croydon and Burkalla, who are just lingering around that relegation zone.
Yeah, some big games happening. So that game, Burkalla and South Adelaide, it's at 7:15 on Sunday, that game. So that was the other game there. So Metro Stars are on top on 36, Campbelltown on 35, Adelaide City on 31, Comets on 30, and Adelaide United on 24. I reckon that top 5 will stay as is. It could change positions, possibly. Olympic in 6th spot on 18, Parra Hills on 18, West Adelaide on 17, South Adelaide on 16, Burkalla on 14, Croydon Kings on 13, and as Ryan said, Sturt Lions moved to 10 points, only 3 and 4 points behind the other two teams.
Yeah, look, I fear a little bit for Sturt and also Croydon, who are having a pretty ordinary run at the moment. They probably should have won that game last week. I think they were 4-1 up at some stage of that game. And really, if you can't win a game from 4-1 up, you're in deep trouble. Croydon Kings sitting on only 13 points. They still certainly can save themselves. You've got West Torrens, Burkalla and South Adelaide against each other, so if one of them loses, I guess they stay in range. But you know, that bottom 3 or 4 in danger, and the top, as Rob said, I think that top 5 will stay as is, and then there's the fight for that 6th position between 3 or 4 teams.
And tonight's game, like I was saying, it's an important game for Parra Hills. They're making that late season surge as they did last season. And just looking at the table, that win tonight puts them on 21 points. And if Olympic get a draw, that starts getting, that puts Parra Hill in that top 6, and it starts building confidence. Once you start getting a bit of a run on, you beat a team like Campbelltown, it really creates some confidence and it establishes yourself in that top 6.
Just before we go to the team lineups, just looking at, we were discussing, even Spells, we were discussing the player movements around, and I've got that list here. Mitch Higgins, he's a goalkeeper from Comets. He's gone to Modbury Vista, which is a State League 2. This is the new player from Sturt Lions. Matteo Federici from obviously overseas, gone to Sturt Lions. Not sure They won 2-0 today. I'm not sure if he played in that game. There's a Joseph Taylor from Malanga who's gone to South Adelaide. Jordan Watson, I think you know this big fella from West Tigers Burkalla Spells. He's gone from Burkalla to South Adelaide, which is a good move for him.
Yeah.
Kieran Stokes, I think we saw him playing in the final, the grand final for Croydon Kings, NTC to Croydon Kings. Ambazka Yusuf as well, I think from Burkalla to Croydon Kings. Yanni Nestoris went from the NTC to Adelaide City. Hirofumi Kochi, who's playing today for Parry Hills, has gone from Olympic to Parry Hills. Jackson Stevens, Campbelltown to Adelaide City. Kuzmicki from Comets to West Adelaide, we saw that last week. Theo Balaminos as well, Comets from to West Adelaide. Mark Otchen from Adelaide United gone to the Comets, which is a good move. Ibrahima Kamara, South Adelaide to Comets. So Comets picking up a few players. Harley Jep played from off the bench for Adelaide City. He's gone from Adelaide City to South Adelaide. So South Adelaide picked up a few players. Mamadi is a good one too. Mamadi Kamara from Adelaide City to Olympic. Jace Cummings from Adelaide City to Cumberland, so he's gone back home to Cumberland.
Wow.
And Josh Murray, we saw that a couple of weeks ago, Adelaide City to Raiders. That's the movements happening, and the deadline, I think, Ryan, is June the 30th.
Yep, that's correct. It's for me the surprising one was Kamara to Olympic. I think that's a good pickup there for Olympic.
Well, their coach was a former Adelaide City assistant, wasn't he?
George Sonis.
Yes.
Jace Cummings was surprising because he did come back to Adelaide City, and speaking to him, he sort of wanted to play his last year at Adelaide City before he did retire. But obviously the training loads and also game sort of pace sort of got to him a little bit, and he can drop down a league. But it'd be interesting to see how
he could commit to all the training sessions, I think, as well.
So and that's required within a Damien Murray team, which is 100%. Fair. Hence why Adelaide City are always around the mark every season, due to the commitment levels required. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see how the Italian import goes at Sturt Lions. See what he can sort of do.
Did he score the 2 goals?
Oh, did he? Was he the...
I don't know.
Don't know
who the goal scorers were.
But even Mark Occhian from Adelaide United, the A-League player, see how he settles in that Comets.
Well, in Comets, since they won the Cup, they haven't been too happy. Yeah, midweek as well, so yeah.
But, it might be a bit late for the Lions there, that
You never know, Tones. They're 3 points now from... If Croydon don't get a win tonight, they're 3... And then Burkalla... Well, tomorrow's sort of 6-pointer then for Burkalla and Croydon. They're big games. Because they don't get a point or get a win, they're now only 3-4 points behind Sturt Lions. The season's...
But 2 teams go down.
Yeah, exactly right.
So that's where the problem is. So you've got Croydon, you've got South Adelaide, I think, and
there we go.
Lions. So you've got Burkalla, 14 points, Croydon Kings 13, and Sturt Lions.
They've gone to 10. But Croydon and all them haven't played yet.
They haven't played, so that makes it a little bit difficult. But anyway,
you reckon curtains closed for Sturt Lions?
As much as I'd hate to say that, because I've got a lot of friends there, I think it is.
Interesting. Well, it'll be a good run into the season.
It's the only friends you got, have you? Sturt Lions, is it?
Well, I might not have any after that comment that I just made.
Okay, looking at the lineup. By the way, special mention to the Socceroos. Well done the other night. Could have come away with a win, but the last game against Peru, I think on Tuesday night, need a win desperately, but needs the results to go their way as well.
I've got some words to say, but it could upset and opinions divide. That was the first time I've actually really enjoyed watching our national team play for a good 4 or 5 years.
And I'm going to upset people, say, so we're playing so well, and then we get Arnold.
And you know what? I did, Tony, you know what? If you go on my Twitter account, I actually tweeted that, and I was saying it's finally glad to see our national team playing decent football. Could you imagine if Bert Vermaak had a national team for another 2-3 years?
Why didn't they offer it to him? Does anyone know? I mean,
all down to one thing.
Money.
Seriously, all the big countries aren't doing that well.
But
even Brazil struggled last night. Argentina.
I get it, but
Argentina won't make it to the next round.
But we're going off Australia. I mean, going back to Australia. Why didn't we offer this man?
One word. It's money. It's always money. Yeah. But at the end of the day,
we're not serious then. Right?
We're not serious because I agree with you. I'll put on my Twitter. Imagine if Bert Vermaak was here for another couple of years, but oh well, we're going back with Graham Arnold. FFA, Australian football going backwards yet again.
Oh, well, Arnold's improved.
Oh,
No,
Can't-
he's
can't-
not.
Rob, come on.
He's not national
Well,
team
he's
level.
taken Sydney United to
Rob,
a few
please,
championships.
please.
This is national team.
Understood.
And you know, if you read today's presser, this is many coaches now. The Mexican coach goes, "Oh, the Socceroos is a surprise pack. We weren't expecting that." So what was our reputation now around the world? Our reputation is pretty much Australia's here just to make up the numbers. They weren't expecting what we're going to produce.
No,
And I
we're
think the
producing
players have
magnificent.
lifted because of the coach.
Exactly right.
That's my
exactly
Okay.
right.
Get back to this game, the big game here at Steve Woodcock Sports Centre. It is round 16, Campbelltown up against Para Hills. And not forgetting Spells are down the bounce. You might have a chat with Mullen there at half time, so hopefully we'll get a bit of a
Vass
chat with Joey
Parhas we're
Mullen.
going to have.
Sorry?
We're going to have Vass instead.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
That's fair enough.
Yep.
Vass is a good talker as well, so
Yeah, and I think, I know this might sound a little bit silly, I think it's all part of the development of Vass as well. They're sort of trying to shove him along a little bit and give him as much exposure to, media and responsibilities, game day coaching. So I think that was part of Joe's thought process.
beautiful. Okay, looking at the lineups, thanks, Spells. Campbelltown Red Devils lineups, Tony?
Yes, certainly, Rob. In goals, Nicholas Harpers. Number 2, Sean Harvey. Number 4, Ian Fife, captain. Number 5, Matthew Mullen. Number 6, Dion Kirk. Number 8, Alex Mullen. Number 9, Mark Marino. Number 11, Anthony Toure. Number 14, Adam Piscineri. Number 18, Yahoi Matsumoto. Number 23, Jake Halliday. And the subs bench, number 16, Andrew Mayo. Number 17, Brendan Centofanti. Number 19, Thomas Viet. Number 12, Josef Kogai. Is that how you say it?
Kogoy.
Kogoy. I'll get that. And in goals, the reserve goalkeeper, Joseph Ruggiero.
Obviously the coach, Joey Mullen there. For the and noting Louis Detroit, guys, he's trialling with Central Coast still.
He's still at Central
Yep,
Coast.
that's what I was told.
I think it's a fantastic sort of thing and a fantastic for
And
the
they
Gouch
picked
man.
out, they're there, the Gouch.
Yeah, the Gouch is gone. I think it's fantastic.
He's
So
a third choice keeper down there, so which is magnificent.
At least he's on the roster and he can show the sort of impressive stuff and try and move up the
Yeah,
ranks.
congratulations, well done. Okay, looking at the lineups for the Parahills Knights in goals, number 13, Deal Chamberlain. Number 2 is Carter Bailey. 3 is Matthew Macchioro. 5 is Hiroformi Kochi. How many clubs has he been with, boys? 4 or 5?
Not sure.
8, Shinya Yoshida. And number 9 is Michael Jacompt. Number 15 is Pierce Stevens. 16, Bailey Truscott. 17, Mohamed Samoro. 18, Pietro Piantadosi. And the captain for the Parahills Knights is 23, Tyler Bailey. On the bench for Parahills Knights is number 10, Luke Conalancia. 11 is Andrew Butler. 12 is Shante Mayol. And 21 is Isaac Mullen. On the bench for the goalkeeper is Timothy Ramsey. Referee for today's clash, we had him last week. He did a good job. That's Christian Verdicchio. And his assistant is Henry Day and Riley Cohen. So a big game here at the Steve Woodcock sponsor. Not forgetting today's match day sponsor is Statewide Super. Bringing the big clash today. Campbelltown Red Devils up against Parahills Knights. Our tips today, Ryan, going first.
I reckon.
Or tonight.
Oh man, you've got me. I reckon I'm going to go for an upset. I'm going to go Parahills 2-1.
Gee.
Campbelltown for me, Rob.
Campbelltown having 3 or 4 players that played with Parahills last season. So, not a bad thought there. Tony's going for Campbelltown. I'll be going for Campbelltown. Spells.
Campbelltown for me too.
Campbelltown for you too. 3 against 1. So, Campbelltown against Parahills. Big clash here. Not forgetting the result there at 3 o'clock. It was Sturt Lions winning 2-0 against the Comets. Not travelling too well since the grand final, boys. They got the Blues.
No, as I said, the Comets are obviously a bit of a hangover after that grand final, Rob, which they had to fight very hard for. And as we said, obviously feeling the effects of playing so many games. But Comets, they're falling down the ladder and they're sitting in 4th place, just holding that at the moment. It's an interesting one, getting beat by the bottom team 2-0. Not a result that they would be very happy about.
I think they also were talking with Theo about this journey they're on.
you're cutting in and out. You might have to change that battery, or I don't know what's going on with that. You might have to come up here, Spells, to get those batteries. So just about to kick off here. There, maybe you're next to that pole, Spells, that behind you. You might have to come more to the right. Kickoff's just about underway here at the Steve Woodcock Sports Centre. It is Campbelltown Red Devils in the all red top and shorts and socks, with up against the Parry Hills with the white tops, black shorts and white socks. Kickoff underway here. Steve Woodcock Sports Centre, and Campbelltown are attacking towards the left if you are watching it on this screen. Not forgetting you can watch it on the YouTube app. Just go on the YouTube, put down Campbelltown versus Parry Hills. You should be able to get it that way. Also on Facebook Live, the Football Federation's Facebook Live page. And not forgetting our Adelaide Web Radio. You can also get that on the TuneIn app and just put in the Adelaide Web Radio, and you should be able to listen to it on your telephone or your internet, and it uses less data. Tony.
As Parry Hills try to go forward here, and Ian Fife puts that ball out, and it will be a throw in here to Parry Hills. Parry Hills to take the throw in. Pierce Stevens now with this throw in. Takes it, gets it short. Fortunately for him, the ball goes out, and it will be a throw in to Campbelltown now. To take the throw in, Pierce Stevens now. This throw in. Stevens gets it long in the middle of the park, finds Mullen, finds Mark Marino. There's an opportunity for Toure. Toure goes out wide. Campbelltown go forward, looking up there for Marino, but it should be cut out here by Parry Hills. Tyler Bailey gets it forward. In the meantime, Parry Hill player gets brought down. It'll be a free kick in the middle of the park.
So Parry Hills will take this free kick. Tyler Bailey, the captain, goes backwards. Makiora, I think it's back to Tyler Bailey. It loses out. Pictionary, he's got the ball, goes into attack looking for Marino. Nice big scoreboard, new one there, Tony, on that far side.
Yeah, it's a bit obscured to me with the
camera guys that got onto it.
Pole in front, but we can see it. It's a beautiful scoreboard.
Yeah.
Very, very clear for everyone to see how much time is on the clock.
It's got the emblem as well, which is great to see on both clubs. So it'll be a goal kick. Be taken here by Parry Hills Knights keeper, Dill Chamberlain. And puts it down, so waiting for his charges to move in towards the centre of the ground. Goes right hand side, finding the player there in Samoro. Got control, looks for an attacking option, try to go to Chicomte, try to get there, but it's gone over the sideline. Looks like a throw in.
Good intent so far from Parry Hills, trying to really get through the channels, through their fast players.
So throw in on the right-hand side. Parry Hills Knights go inboard, trying to control it with Bailey Truscott. Alex Mullen wins it, goes to Matsumoto. Good touch, finding Harvey. Harvey on the overlap, goes deep into attack. Left-hand side, looking for the player there in Halliday. Does control it, goes back slightly. Looking for Toure, goes in towards Pictionary. Pictionary for the Red Devils. Not a good ball, I don't know what he was looking for. But it's won there by Parry Hills, and away they go.
Parry Hills now in the middle of the park. Lose possession. Good work here in the middle of the park. That was Mullen. Trying to go forward. Scrappy at the moment. Parry Hills trying to retrieve that ball. Looking up there. Can they find Samoro? No, they can't. Fife now goes all the way back to his goalkeeper in Harpers. Clears a long ball. Looking up there for Toure. Can't find him and the ball goes out. It'll be a throw in here to Parry Hills. Parry Hills now getting ready to take this throw in. Down the line. Headed there by a Campbelltown player. It'll be another throw in. This time he goes long.
Ryan, can you get that
Campbelltown in the middle of the park. Here's an opportunity now for Campbelltown. Quickly taken. Adam Pictionary on the ball. Switches play. Goes out wide. Finds Matthew Mullen. Matthew Mullen looking short. Wants to find Kirk. Here's an opportunity now for Campbelltown. But they lose possession. Para Hills try to go forward again. In the way. Campbelltown. Scrappy at the moment. Kochi is a long ball. Looking up there for one of their strikers. Can't find him. Be another throw in here to Campbelltown. Right in front of the commentary box. Quickly taken. Jake Halliday goes short to his captain. Ian Fife switches play. That time it was Alex Mullen. Mullen goes forward. Looking out there for Kirk. He gets brought down. I think it was Kirk. Just trying to.
Is it number 6 on the ground?
Yeah, I think it looks like Dion Kirk. I'm pretty sure.
No.
No?
I'm getting you to change the batteries.
Is it Sean Harvey? It's out
Sean
there.
Harvey.
Yeah, it's Sean Harvey. Looks like he's in a little bit of trouble out there. That's actually not Sean Harvey's.
No, it's Matsumoto.
It's Matsumoto. After all that. Well, I
And you
should
see
know
he's
by
a-
the hair, shouldn't I? Rob?
Yeah.
He's a little bit of a knock to the head by the looks.
Against his former club. So it'll be a free kick on that far side. He takes it. Normally Pictionary does take these kicks. It is. So he'll look deep. Ian Fife, captain's moved into that position. So he'll go in looking for Fife. Cleared. Captain Bailey, Tyler Bailey. Trying to clear it, Parry Hills. They do clear it through Truscott. Up in the air it goes. Trying to control it is Samoro. He's got skill. Got past 2 plays, do you mind? Well done, but working back hard is Halliday. Did well in the end. Quickly takes the throw into his captain in Fife. Goes to Mullen. Goes to Matty Mullen. Goes short to Pictionary. Right-hand side to Harvey. Harvey for Campbelltown on that right-hand side. Matsumoto with it. Does go for a run. Loves to run with it. He's quick too. Gets down to the line. Try to cut it back somehow. It's cleared here by Parry Hills. Working hard also there for Parry Hills in that far
Yoshida,
side.
that was.
And that's gone over the sideline for a throw-in.
That was Yoshida that got brought down there. It'll be a free kick to Para Hills. It's been a good opening 7 or 8 minutes here. We're in the 8th minute of the first half, and it'll be a free kick here to Para Hills
How's that?
to be taken
Test-
by
test-
Chamberlain.
Still cutting in and out for some reason. I think it's our cameraman might be stopping this flow.
Chamberlain gets it long now. Looking up there for one of his strikers. Yoshida goes all the way back. Piantadosi gets it long. Here's an opportunity for Samoro. He's shown some class. Fife goes short, finds Harvey. Here's an opportunity for Fife again. Gee, is calm in this situation with a lot of space in front of him. Goes shorts, finds Mullen. Mullen now switches play, finds Halliday. Halliday, Pictionary, Toure. Eventually the ball, is it offside? It is. Goes
First offside of the game, boys, going against Campbelltown. Thank you to our sponsor, Chemist King Hectorville. Should I say our friends or Rob's friends?
All of
he
our
wines
friends.
and dines,
All of our
Robbie,
friends.
on a Saturday night. How was that wining and dining last Saturday night?
That was good,
Speaking of
actually.
that, Robbie.
Actually, Christian Verdicchio was there too,
Oh, beautiful.
the referee. So yeah,
as Chamberlain goes long, looking up there for Jacopte, couldn't find him. Campbelltown should clear this. Eventually they do. Campbelltown still in possession. They get brought down. And it will be a free kick to Matsumoto there. The ball was quickly taken there. Eventually goes out, and it will be a corner to Campbelltown.
First corner again of the game, boys, to Campbelltown. Thank you, Camus King Hectorville.
Has
So-
that improved it, Rob, or not?
I'm not sure if he has. So he's come back up here. Making a bit of noise, but
I'm actually surprised tonight, before this corner gets taken, there's absolutely no wind. It is
it's
still.
so still.
Very
It is
unusual
still-
for Campbelltown.
Yeah, very
Full
unusual.
Or
Hills,
for
yeah.
Athelstone, I should
Yeah.
say.
So corner kick on the far side, taking it. Wasn't quite sure. Could have been Torre actually with his left foot. It was. Torre does control it. Goes out and Torre again brings it in. Chance for Campbelltown. Here's a chance, cutting it back. No one's there though. Cleared by the Parry Hills defence. Only as far as Halliday. Matsumoto is there as well. Back to Halliday it goes. There's a good chance for Campbelltown. They've got the ball back. Goes to Matsumoto. Inboard to Fife. Captain Fife with the ball for Campbelltown. What can he do? Can he get it up into towards Marino? Marino controls. Short he goes to Mullen. Here's a chance for Campbelltown again. They get the cross there. Chance back post. No one there though. Pictionary might mop up. Does so. Goes back to Halliday. It's a good moment there for Campbelltown. Marino got past one, got past two. Can he get past three? Does so, but stumbles. Still winning the ball and decides to go backwards to Matsumoto.
Matsumoto now switches play into the middle of the park, finds Fife. Fife goes out wide, finds Harvey. Harvey goes short. Here's an opportunity now for Campbelltown. Can they find anybody? Not a great cross. That was Toure.
It's
Here's
twice
an
they've done
opportunity
that.
for Halliday. Gets it inboard. Matsumoto, does he have a shot? He does have a shot. But it comes off of a Para Hills player. Goes all the way back to Fife. Gee, are they putting some pressure on Para Hills at the moment? Here's Toure. Can he bring it down? He does. But Campbelltown, well, it should be cleared there. There's a corner. Gee, the amount of pressure that Campbelltown is putting on the Para Hills defence at the moment.
It reminds me of their earlier game in the season against Croydon where they had the amount of ball, but it was that final killer pass, that final in that final third that let them down and allowed Croydon to actually win that game.
So Toure with a corner kick on the far side. Corner number 2, is it?
Corner number 2. Thank
Number
you,
2.
Camus King Hectorville.
So swinging around with his left foot, the in-swinger goes deep into the belly. There's
Goal,
and
there
the
you
back
are.
there, Alex Mullen, left on his own, down he headed the ball and into the back of the net. So Campbelltown are leading 1-0 and certainly dominating.
Great
Yeah.
header that was too.
And that goal was coming, wasn't it, guys? The amount of pressure that Campbelltown put on the defence of Para Hills, you have to say the marking was pretty ordinary there because Alex Mullen came in unmarked and put it in the back of the net.
That's the problem there with that zonal defence when it's not man on man. If someone doesn't read the play or doesn't read that zone, it's very easy for players to come in, and that's what happened there with Alex Mullen. He was able to find that space. Defender didn't mark his zone, and it was an easy header for him. But a great header too, was down. It didn't allow the keeper to get a hand to it.
Great goal spells. How are you going with those microphones now?
Well, I'm not too sure, mate, but not too well by the looks of things.
Yeah, I might have to change that at half time. I reckon we'll use the other one. Anyhow, so it is a throw in. Campbelltown Red Devils, I think too much interference here at the moment with it. As we go right hand side, goes to Matsumoto, tries to get past the player, and referee on the spot, Christian Verdecchio. And free kick to Para Hills. They had a thumping win last week, didn't they, Para Hills? 4-0.
And then Sturt come out and beat a top 4 team, Rob. So very, very difficult season to pick this year.
As they go into attack, Para Hills controlling it is Kochi. Tries to get the cup back, does get it back there, looking for Samora was there, or Chacomp. Ends up with trying to find Bailey Truscott, and that's gone over the goal line for a goal kick. To be taken here by the keeper in Nicholas Harpus.
Harpus now getting ready to take this free kick for Campbelltown, leading 1-0. A goal in the 13th minute to Alex Mullen as they go forward again, Campbelltown. Here's an opportunity for Matsumoto. Goes short, finds Mullen. Good opportunity now for Campbelltown to mount another attack. Not a good ball that time. Halliday. Not a good pass, and it goes out to be a throw in here to Para Hills. Not a lot of movement. Eventually he does get some. Truscott with the ball. Loses possession. Good work there by Truscott. Gets it to Stevens. Stevens switches play on the far side. Is it Kochi? Looking out there for Jacomte. It was Yoshida. Looking out there for Jacomte. Couldn't find him. Should be cleared here by Para Hills. Good tussle in the middle of the park. Mullen has been in everything so far. Wins the free kick. Referee doesn't allow it to be taken quickly. Adam Pictionary over the ball. So is Mullen. Gives it short to his captain. Fife back to Mullen. Pictionary switches play. Harvey gets it inboard. Gee, that was a good ball. Looking up there for Kirk. Couldn't find him. Go straight to the goalkeeper. And it will be Chamberlain to relieve the pressure for Para Hills.
So, Dill Chamberlain puts the ball on the ground. No pressure on him, so just puts it outside the box and waits for some movement.
Throws his arms and so just kick it up and hope for the best.
Hope for the best. So trying to find Chicomte. Loses out. Pictionary with the ball. Goes to Harvey. So Harvey on that right-hand side of the park. On that Stradbroke Road end. Goes to Matsumoto. Matsumoto controls. Goes back to Harvey. This is where they're looking dangerous. Trying to find Marino, but it's come unstuck. Captain Bailey. It's Tyler Bailey. Goes right-hand side to Pierce Stevens. Back to Bailey it goes. Looking for Samoro. Samoro with the ball. Goes back over the sideline it goes, and it will be a throw-in to Para Hills.
Para Hills now to take this throw-in. Stevens with the throw-in for Para Hills. Goes all the way back. Piantatosi now. Tries to just steady things. Goes all the way back to his goalkeeper in Chamberlain. Chamberlain goes long. Looking up there for Kochi. Can't find him. It was Yoshida that he was looking for. Yoshida now on the ball. Goes out wide. Para Hills just trying to mount an attack here. They win themselves a free kick on the far side.
No, the other one. Square one.
Para Hills just trying to get back into this game. It'll be Tyler Bailey to take this free kick for Para Hills. Bailey now just waiting for the referee. Eventually the referee blows his whistle. Not a bad ball, might be too far, it is. Goes all the way and it goes straight out. It'll be a goal kick here to Campbelltown. We've played 18 and a half minutes. Campbelltown lead 1-0. A goal in the 13th minute to Alex Mullen.
So, goal kick taken here by Harpus. Gets it out in towards the left-hand side of the park. So Para Hills Knights do clear it. Over the sideline it goes. It will be a throw-in. So to go Campbelltown, Halliday. Halliday gets it in. Board to Alex Mullen, the goal scorer. Bustled over though. Goes to Captain Bailey. Goes to Para Hills. Yoshida. Right-hand side to Truscott. Can he get to it? Can't quite get there. Cleared here by Campbelltown. Over the sideline it goes. It will be a throw-in for the Para Hills Knights. Pierce Stevens looking for some movement. Jacomte controls, turns. Back to Stevens it goes. Trying to find Jacomte again. Stevens working hard.
Oh,
Oh, he's given away a
terrible tackle.
free kick and a yellow card to Pierce Stevens.
Yeah, that was a late tackle there. He jumped in, and they didn't have to do that. He was lucky.
Sorry, mate. Yep,
No,
go.
that's right. That could have been a red card. He's lunged into that. Lucky he didn't get the man because he would have got himself in some serious trouble there. But anyway, boys, that's the first yellow of the game going to Pierce Stevens, the number 15 of Para Hills. Thank you. Stats again brought to you by Chemist King Hectorville. Go see Michael down there.
As Campbelltown now through Harpers. Long ball forward. Looking up there for Mullen. Kirk tries to get the ball forward. Jacomte now gets beaten to the ball by Fife. Here's an opportunity for Para Hills now. In possession, Mercurio. He's still got possession. Goes out wide. Trying to keep possession, Para Hills. But, gee, that's a terrible ball.
Ooh.
Eventually, it goes out to Kochi. Para Hills trying to mount an attack here. This is better for Para Hills. He's got some space in front of him. Got players in the middle. Who can he find there? No one. Good clearance there by Toure it was. Good switch there by Kirk. This is an opportunity now for Campbelltown. Unfortunately for him, Marino couldn't bring it down quickly enough. Switches play. Goes out wide. Finds Matsumoto. Toure now. Gets ready for the shot.
Well,
Gee, he was looking for Marino. Probably could have had a shot there, Rob. Certainly he's got a good one on him when he lets go. The ball goes out. It will be a goal kick here to Para Hills.
Boys, we're 22 minutes in and Para Hills started the game with a bit of intent. You could see they were trying to break through and attack those channels of the back three of Campbelltown, but they've had absolutely no shots on goal. And that's going to be the difference for them, man. The old cliche goes, no shots on goal. You don't want to have a hit, you're not going to win the game of football. Guaranteed.
No shots, no goals.
Exactly right. Very cliche, but it's just the way football is, actually.
As Para Hills get ready to take this goal kick. There's a lot of movement here in the commentary box. Don't know where we're supposed to go, Rob. Para Hills now take this throw in, looking up there for Jacomte. Mullen now goes forward. Tries to find Marino, couldn't do so. Gee, Matty Mullen went up high there. In the meantime, Tyler Bailey gets brought down for Para Hills. It'll be a free kick. It looks like is it Jacomte that's down?
Yes, that's right, boys. He's holding his shoulder. Looks like in a bit of discomfort.
I think he might be okay.
But yeah, sorry to there was a bit of movement here. I don't think Rob Pipicelli can hold his bladder no more. I think, and that's what happens when you get a little old, isn't that right, Tony? He can't hold on. He had to rush off to the toilet.
When you get to his age, and gee, there's more movement here than there was
down on the pitch.
Down on the pitch, you're right. Gee, and then he'll want to come back in. That's the worst
exactly
part of it, right?
Rob showed some pace just then.
He did, and Tyler Bailey now wants to take.
Something happened off ball there.
Let's if we can pick this up on the replay. Gee, there's
Harvey and Hashida. Here we have a bit of push and shove.
Let's see what the referee picks us. No, it's not.
Yeah, a little bit of handbag stuff. He did throw the shoulder. You have seen them being given.
And Ryan, if you're wondering why I'm wearing two pairs of glasses.
Yeah.
It's because
glare.
There's not enough light for me to see the paperwork in the commentary area, so I'm struggling here. As Para Hills get this free kick underway, should be cleared here by Campbelltown. Jacomte tries to get to the ball, but it will eventually be cleared. It is so. It'll be a throw in here to Para Hills. We've played 25 minutes in this first half. Campbelltown still leads 1-0. A goal in the 13th minute to Alex Mullen. As Para Hills try to go forward, that was Stevens. Again, a clearance now by Para Hills. It goes out, and we throw in here to Campbelltown, right at the halfway line in front of the commentary area. It will be taken by Halliday. Halliday goes short to his captain, wants him again, didn't find him. In the meantime, the referee found a free kick.
The one thing that Para Hills are picking up on our Chemist King Hectorville stats is free kicks. They've racked up 6 free kicks, 4 in this first half.
Can you hear me, boys? Yep.
Unfortunately, we can, Robbie.
As the ball goes forward now, again cleared there by Campbelltown.
Oh, Chappie!
I think they were aiming for Rob there, mate. Yeah. He said, Rob, too much movement. Can you just get out the way?
Bit of a bomb on our cameraman Chappie's car. Sorry, Chappie.
As the throw-in comes, Para Hills now, Samoro with the ball, goes to his captain there in...
Well, it was definitely Tyler Bailey there.
Bailey is an opportunity now for Stevens. Gets it inboard, but out comes Harpus.
Harpus has got the ball in his hands. Long bomb there. Absolutely to nobody's. Looking for their Kirk. Bailey's got the ball in the middle of the park. He's looking forward for the run of Samaro, but easily cleared there by Halliday. Toure lost it. Bailey again looking for the run of Najomke, but didn't get it. Truscott with the shot. And blocked there by the Campbelltown defender. Fall into the hands of Nicholas Harpus.
Tempo!
Nicholas Harpus again with the long bomb forward. Win there by Pierce Stevens, the right fullback of Para Hills. He clears that forward. It's really a bit of kick and hope now at the moment here at Para Hills. They're looking for the run of their striker and also Samara. A bit of run and a bit of pace, but it's really easy for the Campbelltown defenders. They're really picking it out. You've got the experience of Ian Fife and a good centre back there in Matty Mullen. It's quite easy for them. Para Hills have got to sort of change up their movement, their ideas of play.
So it's a kick here by Harpus. Harpus goes into attack there. So just put that a bit higher, that's it. Goes into a chance. It's Campbelltown Red Devils on the right-hand side. Spells has got his ears on now, I think.
I have.
Good. Yep, we can hear you loud and clear.
Good
Excellent.
stuff.
So Para Hills going towards the centre of the ground. Running repairs, this is what it's called. Goes to Kochi. Kochi goes with the ball. Is he wearing tracksuit bottoms, is he? Just about.
Leggings.
The leggings.
Skins.
So they do clear it through Chamberlain. Looking for Samoro. Come unstuck, Campbelltown Red Devils with the ball. It's Halliday. Looking for Marina. Is that offside? Yes, it is. So offside call.
And just exactly what Ryan's been saying is that you see Fifey just sitting back and just winning everything in the air. There's no central attacker for Para Hills. They're either going to have to, as Ryan said, change the way they're sort of entering their forward line or do something a little bit different because they're just falling into Campbelltown's hands at the moment.
As Para Hills now through Chamberlain. Get ready to take this free kick. Long one. Looking up there for Jacomte. We'll get his head to it.
You could say there that was bad communication by the Para Hills players, but as a striker, you've got to have awareness of your space. No, there's no one around you. Bring it down.
You're right. And he had the opportunity to do that. As they go inboard now and find Bailey. Gets it forward. Finds Kochi. Kochi looking up there for one of his strikers. Again, terrible ball in the middle of the park as Campbelltown counter-attack here. Through Mullen. He loses possession. It's Kochi. Gets it forward. Finds Jacomte. He's got no one to help him over there. The ball goes out and we have throw in here to Campbelltown.
Gee, the scoreboard's gone off too, boys. You see it on the left side. So,
Well, the power's out here, but it definitely wasn't out last night at the Adelaide Oval,
I
boys.
love that. Love that. It was my first game of the season last night.
Good luck, charm, Robbie.
So
glad to see you've returned from your toilet break too, Robbie. That
That's
bad
okay.
bladder of yours.
goes to Campbelltown. Matsumoto, that's offside by
clearly.
Country Mile.
I can hear a siren in my ears like a... Can you hear that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
I
a
can,
funny,
slightly.
funny sound in
There
there.
is a funny sound, Rob. It sounds like a humming.
Is that you humming?
No, it's Ryan, I think.
Hummingbird.
As Para Hills now go short. Stevens switches play.
Yeah, it's that fourth mic for some reason.
Tries
There
to
we are.
find Samaro, can't do so. Campbelltown on
That's
the
it.
overlap. Halliday now goes short. Mullen goes all the way back to Fife. Fife switches play. Finds Matthew Mullen. Goes back to his goalkeeper, Harpus. Harpus now wants to clear the ball. Eventually does. Finds Halliday. Goes short. Alex Mullen this time. Looking up there for Marino. Couldn't find him. Para Hills intercept. Stevens. Para Hills still in possession. Stevens. Go all the way back.
Nice touch.
Cantatosi. Looking forward there. Samora getting a little bit frustrated there that he didn't get the free kick. As Para Hills should, Campbelltown should clear this ball. Eventually do.
So Fife goes short. Finds Matty Mullen right hand side to Pictionary. So Pictionary for Campbelltown Red Devils. Goes further right to far.
His passing's been a little bit off tonight, Pictionary. There's a few of them that's gone astray.
So they go short on far side at the moment. It's Carter Bailey looking on that left side for Yoshida. It's gone over the sideline for a throw-in. Quickly taken here by Campbelltown. Matsumoto. I reckon that could have been Harvey. Goes to Matty Mullen. He finds Pictionary. Here they go. Finds Mullen. Turns beautifully. Hotly on him is Captain Bailey. And gives away the foul and gets the yellow card.
Second yellow card of the game. Again for Para Hills. Then Captain Tyler Bailey. Both yellow cards to Piers Stevens and Tyler Bailey now to the Para Hills. Thank you, Chemist King Hectorville, again for your wonderful sponsorship.
So Pictionary, they love you. He's got the ball. Referee just telling him to wait for the whistle. It does so. Pictionary goes short. Back to Pictionary it goes. Might try one from there. In the way is Carter Bailey.
That's poor there from Pictionary, I'm sorry. He's never going to beat the keeper from there. Just play it out wide to Sean Harvey and create triangles.
You're right. As this time, Para Hills, it's been sloppy in defence though. They've given away the ball so many times as they come out. Referee will find a free kick here.
Again, poor there by the Japanese player for Campbelltown there.
A lot of the passes have gone astray though tonight, Ryan.
Yeah.
But from both teams, it's been a bit poor. As the free kick.
Matsumoto, that's poor there. Yoshida was going nowhere. He was in the corner flag. Why foul him? You're allowing Para Hills now to escape out of that dangerous area.
So it is on that far side. Deal Chamberlain looking for Yoshida. On that far side, Shinyan Yoshida.
I feel a little flat. Do you feel it's a little flat in the moment, Tony?
It is.
Yeah,
It is. This game really hasn't hit any heights whatsoever. Really, there's been one goal and hasn't been a lot of attempts on goals through both teams.
So Campbelltown lose the ball. Bailey Truscott's got a chance for Para Hills. Chacomte, he could have controlled it. He left it behind, didn't he? As Campbelltown trying to go away with it. Halliday, he got the crunch there by, was that Bailey? Referee waste play on, but it's out for Samoro. Tough physical game as Campbelltown through Dion Kirk Trying to find Marino. Toure and his dangerous left foot. Gets there, gets the cross back. No, I'm too close to the keeper there in Chamberlain. And he'll throw it out to Truscott.
Truscott now gets it forward. Gotchi. In the middle of the park. Truscott again. Switches play. Finds Bailey. Bailey now. To Stevens. To Piantadosi. Switches play again. Macchioro. Goes inboard. Finds Gotchi. Para Hills just looking a little bit better, and there's the pass. There's that pass.
That's that final delivery.
Final delivery into the last third.
Well done.
Campbelltown player gets brought down. The referee
Stopped.
allows play to go on. Gee, that's, again, players giving away that ball. Piantadosi gets it forward. Macchioro. Gotchi. Here's an opportunity now for Para Hills. Can they get a shot on? Looking up there
Ooh,
for
free kick.
Jaconte. It is a free kick.
This could be Para Hills' first shot on goal here tonight, boys, through this free kick. They've had none so far in the 35th minute. And, Tony, 2 minutes ago you were saying the game hasn't hit any heights. There's been no really attempts on goal. Besides that only attempt on goal by Campbelltown, that turned into a goal, there's been nothing.
There's been nothing. And
Absolutely nothing.
Well, let's see what...
It's been tough, hasn't it?
It's been a very scrappy, cold Saturday night game.
Pierce Stevens now. What can he do with this ball?
From around that last week, they hit 30 goals.
Yeah, it was.
Stevens now for Para Hills. Will he take a shot? He should. Stevens now does take a shot straight into the wall.
Someone's gone down.
For Kochi.
Oh,
I think Dion Kirk.
He takes a shot. Dion Kirk, yeah, he got it straight in the head there.
well, that's the first shot for Para Hills. It's taken 36 minutes, even though it was very wide from the goals. It was a good. It was an attempt on goal
The
there.
interesting part, it was a shot, but they didn't even make the goals.
So Dion Kirk on the ground.
Might have a bit
Gonna
of a
get
headache.
treatment.
Yes,
Players getting a drink.
certainly hasn't reached the heights that it should have this game so far.
100% not.
But still, Campbelltown will be happy. They're 1 goal up. It's been a bit of a scrappy game. Both teams giving up possession very easily, I think.
Spelsy, what's it like down there with the coaches there and Joey Mullen and Darryl Avery? He hasn't hit any heights this game. What's the tension like on the bench for both coaches?
Yeah, it's pretty casual. It's hasn't been a lot from either bench. I think again, it just we're seeing some really upset results, and we know that these are the weeks that you've got to tough it through and bank these points. That's what the good teams have to do. That's what we're talking about. The Comets, at the end of the day, regardless of Sturt bringing in an import, to lose to the bottom team is just unacceptable for where they're sitting at the moment, even if they are under pressure. And both of these teams look like they're a little reluctant to really open things up. So
100%.
we'll see how it progresses.
So goal kick to be taken here by Harpus. Right in the centre of the ground it is. Up went Kochi. Truscott was there too. They've collided heads there. So I think is that Pictionary there in the middle of the park? It is. He's got a sore head. Truscott has come out okay as he's got the ball. Oh, late tackle. This could be a yellow card. Referee gets in between Tyler Bailey and Dion Kirk.
Do you think there might be a little bit of feeling here in this game,
Could
Rob,
be.
between these two teams?
There was a few Para Hills,
That's
ex-Para
what I mean,
Hills
yeah.
players that played playing with Campbelltown.
That was a pretty hard tackle there.
But his reaction to the referee looks like a bit more of a frustrated type of tackle there by Dion Kirk.
And I think it is. I mean, neither team would be happy with the way the game's gone so far because, as I said, it's been scrappy. They haven't been able to get any ascendancy, and we've seen one goal, which is one attempt.
One goal, one attempt, exactly right.
And one attempt by Para Hills that didn't even make the goal.
Exactly right. So it's a very scrappy game. But it'll be interesting to see. Be very interesting to see what the second half is going to be like.
Pete Stevens got to change his shirt.
I think for blood rule, boys.
Okay. So obviously it'll be a different number.
24, boys.
Thanks, Spells. So just mark that down. Pierce Stevens is now 24. He could be 24 years old as well. As he switches play on that far side, but he's number 24 number.
Gee, who was he looking for then?
Goes over the sideline on the far side. It is Campbelltown leading 1-0.
Do you think Campbelltown are missing a little? It'll be interesting to see how they come out in the second half. But do you think they're missing that little bit of X factor that Louis Detroit brings in this team?
100%. That
Oh,
one.
look, you know, he's a quality player, but still, you know, they're just giving the ball away. I mean, that doesn't happen when you've got one player out. I just think it's one of those games at the moment, a little bit scrappy, and just you've got to understand that Campbelltown struggled last week against South Adelaide. I mean, they caught 4 goals, which is very unusual for Campbelltown, so a little bit unsettling. But here's Para Hills now with an opportunity in the middle of the park. Can they get some type of shot on? They do. And that's a little bit better from Para Hills.
Didn't really get hold of it.
No, he didn't. That's the problem.
Sort of miskicked it.
But at least it was a shot.
Exactly right. Test the keeper. Give him something to think about.
Don't forget today's match day sponsor is Statewide Super. So the ball is with the keeper in Nicholas Harpers. Sends it towards the right-hand side. Up went, I reckon it was Dion Kirk. No, it was Alex Mullen actually. But Para Hills have got it. Loses out though. Mullen's got it. Runs with it. Gets a nice ball to Marino. He's got a chance. He's on that angle. Gets across there. Nice one.
Well.
Great.
Captain Bailey does clear it. And it was dangerous too. It was right in that 6-yard box.
You're right, Rob, because there was 2 players streaming in there behind. Had that ball gone over, I think it was Toure and also Mullen were in there.
So it is on the far side. Matsumoto gets across there. Chance for Campbelltown. Mullen was there. It's up in the air at the moment. I think Piantadosi was trying to clear it. It's ended up with Kirk. Kirk for Campbelltown. Goes down. Referee waves play on. Ends up with Kochi. Kochi goes to Samoro. One way and then the other. Chance for Para Hills. Samoro still with it. Straightens up with his left foot. Has a shot, but too close to the keeper. Easily cut out, and they'll relieve the pressure.
Yeah, probably should have delivered that one, Rob, rather than having a shot. It, probably a little bit too far out. There was a little bit of disappointment there from a couple of players that were waiting for it. Stevens gets the ball long again, not a good one. Looking up there for Samoro. Will he find him? Fife. Good work there by Fife. He's been excellent.
They've given away a corner.
Halliday gives away a corner.
Very good work there by Nacomte. Sorry, boys.
Gicomte.
Gicomte.
Silent L.
Absolutely.
Gicomte. Very good defensive work.
And just what we were saying before, Ryan, just the way they entered, it might have looked like a bit of an errant ball, but they're actually trying to play some gaps, play some holes, and use the speed of their forwards.
Exactly right. And that.
So Stevens with a corner kick, up in the air it goes. Keeper did well, got out. Harpers quickly throws it. Matsumoto's changed flank, he's on that left-hand side. He's got the ball, runs with it. Bailey Truscott tries to stop him, got his pass on, got fouled. Referee wave play on. Alex Mullen goes short to Pictionary. Matsumoto's there as well. Torre, back heels up, try to go to Pictionary, cleared here by Para Hills. Gicomte's been stepped on. As it goes to Tyler Bailey, the captain, goes to Yoshida, chance for Para Hills. Goes one way, then the other. Still Yoshida with the ball. Tries to square it up. He's going to lose it in a minute. He has, as Alex Mullen's been pulled back. Should get the free kick.
Oh.
Doesn't get the free kick. Referee waves play on. Kochi finds Chacomte. Chacomte tried a shot. Lots of errors. VAR. Is that a handball?
Corner, boys.
He's given a corner. And you're right, Rob. Gee, Para Hills are putting a lot of pressure on Campbelltown.
Finally, that's what they need to do.
Have to be, but I think that was a free kick there. I was
surprised.
I was surprised that the referee didn't give that, and I think so with the players, and they almost stopped, and Para Hills just continued and almost made something out of nothing there as they get a corner now.
I want to see a good ball here from Bailey. I don't want to see a floaty. I want to see it whipped in with
they've
some
given
pace.
the goalkeeper every chance. Bailey again looking back post. Piantadosi was looking there, but somebody pushed. I think it was Piantadosi. a push then. It will be a goal kick here to Campbelltown. And just soaking up a little bit of pressure in the last 5 minutes or so have Campbelltown, and they are going to receive a relieving free kick. We've played nearly 45 minutes, so the half is nearly over. It's only added time. And it's been a scrappy match. Campbelltown leading 1-0. A goal in the 13th minute to Alex Mullen.
So Harpers takes the goal kick. Over the halfway line it goes. Mullen's been prominent, hasn't he? The ball light, did score the goal. Ends up with Piantadose. He goes all the way back to Dill Chamberlain. Trying to find Kochi. Pictionary gets the ball a lot, doesn't he? He's got the ball again, looking for a square pass. Does go to Kirk. Kirk trying to find the eye of the needle. Marino's a chance!
There it is.
And it's in the back of the net. It goes. Or is that offside?
Offside, Rob. Offside.
It is offside.
5 offsides
A lot of excitement there, Rob.
It went in the back of the net,
I'd
didn't
love to
it?
see the replay there. How far? It didn't show it. How far offside he was. It must have been a tight one. I think the striker thinks himself was onside. From here, it did look onside too. It'd be very tight.
Hard to say from this angle.
Yeah, exactly right. But anyway, Chemist King Hectorville stats. That's 5 offsides for Campbelltown in this half.
As Chamberlain takes this
pretty
free
sus.
kick, looking up there for Jaconte. Won't find him. Here's Mullen. It's a long ball forward. And there's the whistle. Gee, he didn't allow much time on, 1 minute.
He did.
And
3 seconds last week.
He's not an added
He
time
said to me,
type of referee.
he said to me it was a cold night.
well, he wants to get in and have a
Well,
coffee.
cold
Rob.
day.
Wants to get in and have a coffee. That's what it is.
And it was raining last week too, so yeah. So they go in at half time. Campbelltown leading 1-0. Very scrappy game, and the goal scorer being Alex Mullen.
I'll quickly go through the stats here, boys. Thank you to Chemist King Hectorville. As we said, the game didn't really hit any heights that half, and you can be both there. Para Hills had a bit of a flurry towards the end of that half with 3 shots off target, though, but at least they made the keeper think about something. Campbelltown only had 1 shot on goal, but that ended up being the goal. Thank you to Alex Mullen on the 13th minute, a great header. 5 offsides to Campbelltown, to Para Hills 1. The free kick count, you could tell it was a scrappy game, as there was 5 free kicks for Campbelltown and 9 free kicks to Para Hills. But I can see Andrew Sperling, the Spells man, has got Vaz Pahas there ready for a bit of a chat.
Yes, I have got Vass here with us, and a couple of years ago, Vass, you were obviously running around out here, and the club was on a bit of a roll, and last year just a little stumble, but this year seemingly bounced back. And what can you tell us about the journey over the last couple of years?
Yeah, look, this year we really have bounced back. I think we've got a fantastic squad. We're really well balanced. We've brought in some really good quality players, and I think you can sort of see that first probably 10-15 minutes when we were playing probably at our best, what we're capable of. And yeah, I think Para Hills, to their credit, have got themselves back in this game, and it's going to be a battle, I think.
Yeah, and what did you think of that first half? I know you sort of said you started well. We sort of both then felt that both teams were just feeling each other out a little bit. Probably be looking for a bit of an improvement in that second half.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we just dropped our tempo a little bit and just stopped moving the ball as quickly as what we would have liked. And I think once we do move the ball quickly and positive going forward with real intent, yeah, the boys are hard to stop. But you know, Para have got some good players as well, and particularly out wide, some tricky, fast players. So we need to be careful in transition.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter who we play here in this competition. You know, you roll up and you're just a little bit off and you'll be found out. It's a wonderful competition.
Yeah, it's really tight, really tight. I think there's you know, good 7 or 8 teams who could beat each other on their day, and that's what makes it really interesting. So,
and the club is vibrant and happy.
Very vibrant, very happy. You know, we're in a good place obviously this point of the year. So, you know, we've still lots of football to play, but we feel pretty confident about where we are.
Get in and weave some magic, Vass.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
Well done, Spells, our boundary rider today.
Nice little
And
strut Spells has when he's walking around. He just got a little bit of a strut. It's got that shine on the top of his head. I don't know if that's just he waxes it up. He knows he was going to be on camera tonight, but he's a good little boundary rider, Spells. I think he's been watching me this season. That's why I say, you know, you always look at the best and you try and attempt to be like them.
Doing
So
a great
thanks,
job.
Spells.
Well done, Spells. So it is half time at Campbelltown going in 1-0. What can Para Hills do in the second half, Tony?
Well, I think they can put pressure like they did in that last 10 or 15 minutes. They can put pressure on the midfield of Campbelltown, take over, which I think that they took a little bit of ascendancy in that last 10 minutes. I think they need to get more players forward because when Jacomte and Samuro get forward, there's no one there to help them, Rob. They're always outmanned with Campbelltown players all around them. So if they can get a couple of the midfielders to come in further and help them in that last third, they could cause some problems in the second half.
The problem there, and I agree with you there, Tony, is that Para Hills, they're playing two holding midfielders in Bailey and Kochi. If they want to maybe get something out of this game, I think they've got to release that holding midfielder. There's too much of a gap between Bailey Truscott, who's their number 10, and then also the forward line. Right. There's too much space. Yep. And then Samara, they can only do so much stuff, Jacomte and Samara, when they get the ball. They're up against Fife, Mullen, some good seasoned defenders, and they can only do so much. But, like you said, in that last 10 minutes, they showed something. They changed it up instead of launching these balls, hoping for Jacomte to win it and Samara to run off him. They attack those channels, and if they can sort of close that gap, release one of those holding midfielders to be a bit more of a number 8 than a number 6, be a bit more of a number 8 to support Truscott and the striker, then, they can cause some damage.
Okay, so it is 1-0 at half-time. The young kids are playing there in the park at half-time, so we'll take a short break. Jimbo will run through the replays at half-time, so stay tuned. We'll be back in about 10 minutes' time.
Thanks for coming out to replace my battery.
No worries. It's all part of our service. We come to you anywhere, anytime, and installation is no extra.
No way.
Way? You get more. Call us or go to raa.com.au. Your RAA Comprehensive Car Insurance gives you unlimited windscreen repair or replacement.
Really?
Which might come in handy living next to a golf course.
Golf course?
We do more. Get a quote today.
Okay, we're back here after half-time here. It is Campbelltown leading 1-0 against Parry Hills Knights. Look at other scores, guys. A little bit of upsets. Sturt Lions winning 2-0. That game was at 3 o'clock this afternoon over Adelaide Comets. So Comets have lost a couple of games of late. They lost midweek as well. So, and Olympic are leading 2-0 against Metro Stars. Who do you think scored their 2 goals? Ryan, I think you know.
For Olympic?
Yeah.
That's what it said. Sorry, I was just reading my Twitter account, just so I'm getting some updates.
Yeah.
Who scored for Olympic? I'm not sure. Could be
your
Kamara.
favourite player, Fausto Erba.
Oh, Fausto. What,
Yeah.
the double?
Double, yeah. He's got 2 goals.
Beautiful.
So
I keep looking at the player, the Triple M Player of the Season award, and Deletta hasn't moved pretty much the whole season. Yeah, I actually do enjoy watching Deletta play. A typical old-fashioned centre-back. No nonsense. He knows his role. He does it well. He doesn't overcomplicate things as a defender. Gets the ball, plays it to his midfielders who do all the fancy stuff. That's what, to me, is what a good centre-back is. And that's why Deletta is probably leading that leaderboard.
And the Sturt Lions look like Mateo did score both those goals. The new recruit they got.
Interesting. So when do we have Sturt Lions next? We'll have
Was that his surname?
I'm pretty sure it's Mateo.
No, that's his first name. Federici, I think.
Federici, yeah.
Or Federico, something like that.
Federici or
Federici,
I'll check on
that's it. No, I think, Tony, you're right. So I was just reading my Twitter account as the players are starting to come out, just about the social media, how Robbie Cruz has come out and said he's deeply saddened and been affected by...
No, it's Matteo Federici, or Federici Matteo. Which way is it?
Matteo Federici.
Is it? Yeah, it would be.
Sorry, boys, just despite his performance against Denmark, Robbie Cruz, he's come out and said he's been affected and saddened by the criticism that he's copped in the last couple of days over social media. Do you think it's fair, even though the players should understand social media's out there. Do you think it's fair the amount of criticism he has copped by those so-called keyboard warriors?
Not at all.
It's
Not at all. I think
Who are we
it's
talking about?
terrible.
Robbie Cruz. Even though he did play bad, he has copped some
Yeah, he
vile
does-
abuse
he does
on
cop a
social.
lot, doesn't he?
He has copped a lot of
I think
Well,
vile
there's a
abuse
Spells.
simple way to respond.
Yep.
by proving something on against Peru.
Stick it in the back of the net.
That's right.
That's
I
all.
mean, 3 or 4 years ago, he was going to be something special.
He did miss the 2014 World Cup by his ACL. He's had a couple of ACL injuries. That does, because his number one thing was his pace.
I still got that $10 in my pocket just about Spells.
Yeah, well, have you been
What'd you say,
speaking to the
Tim?
coaches?
Yeah, I said don't play Tim Carroll.
That's right. Even though it was bleeding obvious to get him on last night or the other night.
The scene was set
That's
for
right.
Timmy time.
But Spells
I'm
and
not a
Cassandra
Timmy
got
Cale
$10
fan,
bucks
guys.
if
You're
he
not a fan?
score.
Not at
Why
all.
is that? Is it because of player or
He
what he does
might
off
he
the
might
field?
come on against Peru.
I don't think he's that great a player. Everybody
He
rings
was.
his
He
bell.
was a good
Really?
player.
Yeah, really.
Even though he's number, yeah.
Going to set a record
Don't
in
think
World
he's
Cup
that
if
great
he
a
can
player.
score.
I think players that are paying before him are better.
Yeah, well, I don't think
he's-
there's
he's gone
any
past his
question
days.
about that.
Yeah, past his days, but
Yeah,
was
he
he a
has.
good
I
player
would
back in his
not
time?
bring him in now.
Okay, kick-off underway here. The second half has commenced as we were talking about Timmy Carroll. And I bet he'll get a run against Peru and score a goal too.
Nah, Robbie, just
you want
before,
10
as,
bucks
we-
on it?
No,
as
if
this
he scores none or scores one, I'll get the $10 off
The only
you.
way that Timmy Carroll will score a goal is if it's a header and nobody
Well,
goes up
that's
with
what you
him, right?
needed. In the last 10 minutes, you needed a person like him against Denmark to score the goal with his head.
Well, no one else could score a goal with their heads,
Exactly.
you know.
Europe struggled.
Anyhow, Campbelltown with the ball. They are leading 1-0. It goes to Kirk. Kirk with the ball. Spells will check if there's any changes at half-time too. As the
tackle.
player goes down. Could have been a free kick, but referee
awful.
waves play on. Vidicchio. As it goes out to Yoshida. He's been okay, Yoshida.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah, okay.
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 There's one matchup I'd like to, or a little positional change. I reckon he could go in the centre and,
Play as a striker?
and keep Fife accountable a little bit. And he's got a little bit of size and some skill.
It's interesting to see, Spelsy, that Kochi at Olympic played on the wing. Now he's playing in the midfield, centre midfield, where Yoshida usually does play for Parry Hills.
Yeah, that's an interesting. I don't disagree with you there, Andrew. You should be a coach one day.
I reckon. He is a coach. Baseball.
It's Parry
oh.
Hills there had an opportunity when Harpers, I should say, couldn't collect that ball and almost caused a sensation there. And it will be a corner here to Campbelltown.
Parry Hills. First one.
Parry Hills, I should say.
First corner of the second half, boys. Thank you to Chemist King.
You've thrown me with that Timmy Cale thing, you know.
Yeah.
Not a fan at all. Not now.
Well, he was a good player.
Yeah, it was.
But yeah.
It was is the word.
It's
That's
getting on.
Parry Hills
Oh.
had an opportunity there with a back heel. It's cleared here by Campbelltown. Marino on the overlap. It's an opportunity for Campbelltown now. He's just got to hold it up a little bit. There's no one there to help him at the moment. He loses possession. And it's Yoshida now for Parra Hills. Got Campbelltown players everywhere around him. He's going to have to hold it up. Eventually does. Gives it to Pierce Stevens. Goes out. Tyler Bailey tries to switch play. Didn't come off that time.
Just quickly, boys, the one thing playing in Holland, Bert van Maek, he's an old school Dutch coach. He doesn't care about what anybody thinks of him or says of him. He'll
Yeah.
do it his way. And if he doesn't think Timmy Cale is right to play, he doesn't care if
we
20
should-
million people want him to
we
play.
should be talking more about the 17-year-old
And I
Zani.
think he's done a great job so
Yeah.
far. So let's not, whatever he thinks is right, I think he's done a great job. Keep doing it. As Campbelltown now try to go forward, but Parra Hills in possession. On the far side, it's Piantadosi. Gets it long. Looking up there for Samora. Won't find him. Still Parra Hills in possession. Yoshida goes in board. Looking up there for Jaconte, won't find him. Cleared here by Campbelltown. They go forward now on the counter. Here's Mullen, good work. This is a good switch. Campbelltown now. Looking up there for Marino. This is Macioro. Good job. Gets it out. And it will be a throw-in here to Campbelltown.
Para Hills started with a little bit of an intent this second half, trying to find that equaliser. It's good to see.
Doesn't look like no changes, boys. So stayed as they are after half time. So Campbelltown with the throw in. It'll be Sean Harvey will take the corner, take the throw in. Goes to Pictionary. Been busy once again. Goes a 1-2 from Marino back to Pictionary, but in the way it is Matthew Marchioro. And they've won themselves a corner kick.
Good boy, Alex.
So Campbelltown with a corner kick. It'll be on that right-hand side. Clubhouse end. Matsumoto will take it. In Fife, also Matty Mullen have moved up. Goes with the corner kick. It'll be Toure actually. Will take it with his left foot. It'll be an in-swinger. As he waits and now he gets the cross deep. Mullen, Alex Mullen, I think, went for a bicycle kick. And he's hurt himself.
Ankle.
Tried bicycle kick, didn't he? Or side. What do you call that?
Scorpion. Nah, definitely. It was just a side volley.
Side volley, yeah.
With a little bit of air time.
They wouldn't want to lose him. He's been so influential.
First shot of the second half as well, even though it was way off. I'll still put that down as an attempt on goal.
He's still ginger.
That'll be the Paul stat. How many shots did he want last week?
Oh, Paul wanted a shot if they attempted some long pass, but the keeper picked it up. That was a shot to him.
It was a shot, hit the car, it deflected, and that's a shot. Big hello to Paul if he is listening to us or watching the game. Don't forget you can watch it on YouTube or the Football Federation Facebook page. We're going to put down is Campbelltown versus Para Hills on the YouTube, and you should be able to pick it up.
Para Hills now go forward, Jacomte.
Don't forget the Adelaide Web Radio as well. If you do want to listen to the game on the TuneIn app, put down Adelaide Web Radio, and you should be able to pick it up that way as well.
Here's Campbelltown on the counter-attack. That was Matsumoto, but he won't get to that ball. Should be cleared here by Chamberlain. Long ball looking up there for... I'll pick up that player. Samora it was, won't find him. Here's Fife. He loses possession. Samora now takes on one, but Fife cleans up again. Missionary switches play. Harvey finds Marino. Marino now wants it back. Not a great ball there.
That's a yellow card, yep.
It is a yellow. He's going to get away with it. Oh, no, he did get a yellow card. Silly there by Marino. Didn't have to do that.
First yellow of the second half. Thank you to Chemist King Hectorville again for your wonderful sponsorship. The yellow card again went to Mark Marino. A sloppy foul. He's trying to explain himself, but there's no point. You've already been booked, bud. Just carry on.
Two apiece, is it?
Two apiece? Yes, correct. You are, Robbie.
Just checking up on you.
Don't worry, Robbie. I'm no Andrew Spelling. I'm Ryan Veggio.
Para Hills.
Unfortunately, you are.
Sorry, Spells.
Chamberlain. Looking up there for his player there in Kochi.
Well, here's a chance.
Kochi, can he get a shot on? Oh, there's a great shot.
There's a chance. You need to make them count.
That was Bailey Truscott, I think, that took that shot.
I think it was a good save too.
It was a good save. Probably should have done better from there, Rob.
Yeah, good save. He's got to do better. I'm sorry, he's got to do better.
Yeah, should have put that away.
There's a counter attack trying to go through Mark Marino.
Very good defending there by Mark Chioro. Very good defender.
So Deal Chamberlain throws it out left hand side. Carter Bailey goes into attack. Looking okay, Para Hills in the second half.
A little bit of intent, like I've said.
As Campbelltown trying to get to it, as Matty Mullen goes. It's Toure. Where was that to? Luckily, it's ended up with Halliday. Back to Toure it goes. Goes to his captain in Fife. Player goes down.
And that's what we commend about Para Hills. Every time we watch them, you know, what they may lack in a little bit of expertise, they make up for in endeavour, intent, teamwork.
Very right there, Spells.
But
And
both
Hart.
teams are just giving up the ball so easily at
Yeah.
the moment. They must be colourblind because they're just giving the ball straight back to the opposition. Bailey Truscott now with the ball. Samuro, can he win the ball back?
Oh,
In the meantime, it's Ture that gets brought down.
he's played all right too, Truscott, I reckon.
He has.
Every time we see him actually play, he does all right. Bailey Truscott is a young player.
Former United, played with the Adelaide United squad.
And United, aren't they flying at the moment, Rob?
Gee.
They're the dark horse, in my
Yeah,
opinion. They're just
100%.
travelling
We've all
so
said that,
well at the
yeah.
moment.
They're getting more seasoned, like Andrew Sperling did say a few weeks ago. They're becoming a seasoned type team. You know, they're getting a little bit of maturity within them.
And if they're drifting guys like Ho Chiang off, you know, it means that they're pretty deep.
Yeah, exactly right.
So left-hand side of the park, Captain Fife looking for a short pass. Halliday was there as they go in. Right-hand side was Kirk, got it out to Harvey. Harvey goes inboard, well read. Goes back to Kirk, chance for Campbelltown. And he's offside as well, yeah it is.
Yep.
Flag is up.
Saw it from this angle,
Yeah,
so it
that
had
was
to be. Makiorda's doing a good job back there. He's really keeping that defence together.
I think I man of the match last time we did Para Hills.
Yeah, he did. I did interview him. He had a great game then
His
against
comeback
Croydon.
season.
Yeah,
season
yeah.
off.
I was
That's
going to
right.
say, you said, Tony, that you spotted that offside from here. I hope you would. You've got about 20 pair of eyes on at the moment. so
I'm looking for another. Well, one's to read the sheet and the other one's to see. I need one more.
I know you called a 4-eye, but this guy's a 6-eye.
There is no light in this commentary box,
I was
Rob.
wondering what you would.
You know, here's an opportunity for Para Hills now. Can they get a shot on?
You sure it's
I'm going
Para
to be
Hills?
able to do that. No, I'm not, to be totally honest, Rob. As Mullen now gets brought down, it'll be a free kick here in the middle of the park. Campbelltown still leading this game. Alex Mullen in the 13th minute. Since then, it's been even Stevens.
Joey, close!
Marino now. Mullen wants to get the corner. Good defending there by Para Hills. Still in possession.
What's he going to do?
Samoro's got two players around him. He gets his head to it, but no more than that. Harvey goes back to Matthew Mullen, to Fife. All the way back to his goalkeeper. Clears a long one. Looking up there for Mullen. Offside.
Gee, watching the broadcast,
Carter Bailey.
name from the past, Paul Shillabeer, former Adelaide City great.
Great for sure.
As Para Hills going to attack, looking for Chacompt in the arms of the keeper there, and Harpers. Gee, there's a lot of screaming going on out there.
Yeah, spells both coaches. I was going to ask. Both coaches getting a little active there, Joe Mullen and Darryl Avery.
Yeah, well, as we know with, you know, most games, all of a sudden it reaches a bit of a pinnacle, and here it is, because both teams are going hard at it. You can sort of sense the next 5 or 10 minutes is pretty decisive, and as such, the coaches are fired up a little bit too.
There's an offside call.
Yeah,
Ryan, another
definitely right. I've got that down. Don't worry, Robbie. It's 4 offsides already, 13 minutes
It's
in.
all right, guys. You can have
in
the
this-
blanket. I'm all
in the
right.
second half. Yeah, well, we thought we'd have the blanket, because obviously Robbie goes, oh, they haven't bought me any food, and yeah, it was all about me,
It was
but
all-
in the
it was all-
pre-game
yeah.
show. It was all
Oh,
me.
yeah.
There's a car.
Did you get me a coffee? Did you get me my water? It was all me.
You can see how good his wife treats him. Yeah.
Yeah, she treats me well, don't worry. So the ball's over the sideline. It'll be a throw into the Para Hills Knights. And Samora just having a chat with his coach, Darryl Avery. But throw into Carter Bailey.
They've swapped wings, Yoshida and Samara.
They're doing okay, Para Hills, in the second half.
Samara gets his head to it.
Well,
Para
here we go.
Hills. Jacomte.
Another free shot.
Another free shot, but again, Bailey Truscott straight into the hands, basically. Again, didn't really test the goalkeeper there. Ball goes out. Both coaches, as we can see, are not happy with what's going on at the moment. I would imagine the Para Hills coach probably be a little bit happier, because his team has certainly taken the ascendancy. Samora goes inboard. Kochi now, who's been good. looking up there for Jacomte, but Mullen tries to clear the ball. Matsumoto now. The ball goes out. There'll be a throw in to Campbelltown. They've had two good opportunities.
Yeah.
And I think he should have done better with both of them.
Exactly right.
No pressure on him whatsoever. Matsumoto gets his head, goes forward. Cleared here by Para Hills. Samora. Truscott Bailey. Ball goes out. Another throw in here to Campbelltown.
So Campbelltown with a throw in. Harvey gets it out to Pictionary. It's cut out. Gee, more urgency with Para Hills in the second half. They are still down 1-0 against the Campbelltown Red Devils. Don't forget today's match day sponsor, Statewide Super. As Campbelltown have got the ball, whizzing past a couple of players. Is that the Halliday? It is. Goes backwards. Pictionary. Matsumoto tries to go to Alex Mullen. Cleared.
Oh, that gentleman protected his beers really well then.
Well done, mate. Don't drop those beers.
Good camera shot with the boys. 3 beers for one person. That's a lot. As it goes out to Marino. Kirk. Halliday. Short to Toure. Goes and squares to Mullen. Left to look for the Pictionary again. Matsumoto goes short to Harvey. Player goes down.
Corner,
and
boys.
it's gone out for a corner kick.
Looks like Toure will come across and take this corner kick for Campbelltown. How many is that?
2 corners.
2 corners.
In this half. For
In this
Campbelltown.
half. So
Both.
it's been fairly even. I think if anything, Para Hills looked the better side in this second half.
Spelsy, Vaz Pajas just walked past you. Is there a substitution coming soon?
Well, it looks like there was. He was marching down with a bit of intent.
Straight into the hands of Chamberlain there from Toure.
Got a lot of youngsters on the bench,
They
haven't
have. All youngsters.
Chamberlain gets it long, finds Yoshida on the far side. Again, he goes long. Won't find his target there. Probably not a great ball. There was Campbelltown players everywhere. Comes off the head of Toure. Straight back to his goalkeeper in Harpus. Harpus now. Wants some movement. There's not a lot there offering from Campbelltown. Eventually he goes long. Yoshida cuts that out. On the far side, it will be Halliday. Halliday for Campbelltown. Goes short. Missionary back to Halliday. Goes inboard. Matthew Mullen. Good work there by Mullen. Goes out. Finds Missionary. Switches play. Halliday. Matsumoto loses possession. Para Hills now on the counter. Not a great ball. They're giving the ball away in crucial places of Para Hills. Opportunity now for Campbelltown. Mullen puts through Matsumoto, but he would have been offside, I think, anyway. Eventually the goalkeeper clears.
Gives it straight back to Campbelltown.
And that's what's happening, isn't it? I mean, both teams are just giving the ball away at the moment. Here's Fife. Again, he gives it away. Some mistakes that I haven't seen teams make so often.
So Campbelltown with the ball. Right-hand side of the park. Harvey with it. Leading 1-0 at the moment. Campbelltown Red Devils, can they hang on? Para Hills are pressing as they go inboard. Captain Bailey, Tyler Bailey goes out, trying left-hand side, goes to Samoro. Had to do a double back. Squares it up, chance for Kochi! Good shot! Good
That
save
is a
by the
shot.
keeper. And, gee, they've had 3 or 4 shots in this second half, and certainly Para Hills are on the march. A great shot. If you see that on the replay. And I reckon the keeper just stuck his hand out.
He was off balance, wasn't
Yeah,
he? He
he
was trying to
was.
scramble back to his line, and it was a good save as it all worked out. Beautifully struck.
At the end of the day, Spells, the only thing Harpus knew about it was that it hit him, because I don't
That's what I
think,
reckon too.
I think if that would have gone anywhere near the sides there, would have gone straight in the back of the net.
Tyler Bailey, sorry. Goes out, the captain. Goes out. That was a great shot by Kochi. former Campbelltown too. He played last season. Made the move from Olympic, made the move to Olympic, and halfway through he's gone to Para Hills. As Samaro, he's been damaging on this left-hand side. As Para Hills, Campbelltown come away though. Matsumoto looks for the overlap of Halliday. Here's Campbelltown going into attack. Halliday gets it in. Pictionary's got it. Looks up. Sizes it up. Shoots and saved there by Deal Chamberlain for Para Hills. So good move there by Campbelltown Red Devils.
And this is a better second half, isn't it? I mean,
yeah.
This is what we want to see.
Exactly. Para Hills have had 3 shots on target in the second half, and Campbelltown have had 2 shots, 1 on target and 1 off target. Thank you to Chemist King Hectorville for letting me bring the stats tonight.
All about energy, hey? You can just feel that the energy's risen, both teams, and Para Hills are really pressing at the moment.
Matsumoto now to take this corner for Campbelltown. Looks at the near post,
5.
looking up there for 5. Couldn't find him. Kochi, who's had a great second half,
well,
so he's
hasn't he?
played
Yeah.
really well. His work rate is enormous off the ball as it goes forward. Again, the ball is given away. Here's Toure now for Campbelltown. Wants somebody short, eventually goes to Harvey. On the far side, Matsumoto, back to Harvey. Halliday, sorry. In the middle of the park, it's Mullen. No, Kirk, I should say.
Early, Matty.
Mullen now.
Those 2 glasses are working well, Tony.
They are, right.
6 looks like 8.
Here's Marino.
I've stuffed him. I've stuffed him.
You stopped him. There's a shot there by the Campbelltown Red Devils. Tony stumbled there.
He's got the giggles.
That was a cross between a cough, a laugh.
God knows what.
And the 6
I
glasses.
need another pair of glasses, Rob. Have you got one?
No.
As Marino now. Campbelltown going forward.
Oh, penalty!
No.
Oh,
If you're not going to give him a penalty, you're going to
VAR.
have to. If you're not going to give him a penalty, you're going to have to yellow card him because that's simulation.
He's got a yellow card.
Yeah.
If you-
Wow. Oh, there it is.
There it
He's
is.
sent off.
And he's off.
And he deserves that. Look at this. On the replay. Nah, he's pulled his leg back in. He's pulled his leg back in, Marchioro. You can see on the replay there. He's pulled his leg back in.
Good point.
Marino did see the leg out.
We'll have another look at this.
Yeah, I
I
think
still
you're right.
don't think that,
Nah.
that the
Clear
crime
foul.
fits that.
Well, it did
Clear
impede,
foul.
It did impede him.
Oh,
So-
clear yellow card,
said-
sorry.
yeah, clear
sorry.
yellow card. Yeah,
That-
that's
yeah,
better.
clear yellow card,
So
sorry.
it did impede him.
He did see the leg out of the defender, but smart play there by Marchioro.
Well picked up
he
by
pulled his,
Christian
yeah,
Verdicchio.
the linesman picked that up, sorry.
You can see that. Oh, did he?
Linesman picked that up. He flagged Christian. It's a very good refereeing there because you did not want that in our game.
So good cost. I did say who got sent off for Campbelltown last week. I said Marino, but it was Hartley
Okay.
last week. But he's got sent off this week.
Truscott now with possession. To Bailey. To Marchioro. Goes back to his goalkeeper. This game's come to life in this second half.
Well, now we're reduced to 10 men. Para Hills.
Now, Para Hills
have
have got
been
to
playing
take
well
advantage
too.
of this. They've got to move the ball quickly. That's the way to take advantage of the extra man. They go inboard. Find Truscott. And as you can hear, their coach is saying, move that ball quickly. Looking up there for Samora, gets his head to it. Chicomte, can he get to it? Cleared there by Campbelltown.
Talk, please.
Should, talk, and eventually they've given it away. Toure now, in the middle of the park. Switches play, finds Matsumoto. Matsumoto has also been lively. Goes all the way back. Finds Harvey. To Mullen, to Fife. Fife finds Toure, he slips over, was able to regain his composure there. Mullen. Harvey. Para Hills not giving Campbelltown any space. That was Kirk who gives the ball away, but in the meantime, referee sees a late tackle there on Kirk, and it'll be a free kick here to Campbelltown. We've played 68 minutes in this game, and a goal separates them.
So Campbelltown Red Devils with a free kick. Captain 5. They've been reduced to 10 men. Mark Marino being sent off. His second yellow card. And for diving, there's a touch there by Matsumoto trying to find Pictionary. It's gone to Samoro. Samoro with the ball, looking for support. It's got 2 players to beat, and it's come off the Campbelltown Red Devils. Ooh, thought it did.
There's not much movement down on the Campbelltown bench. So they've sort of moved Mullen up into the striker position.
So Campbelltown trying to go 1-2. It's gone over the sideline. Parry Hills with the throw-in.
With moving Mullen up now into the striker position, it's going to allow a lot of space here for Parry Hills with Kochi in that to utilise the space and create something.
So Campbelltown, again, it goes over the sideline. And it'll be a throw-in.
Ryan and Rob, Parry Hills are going to have to want to move one of the defenders out, or at least send a defensive midfielder forward
100%.
to take advantage, because at the
100%.
moment there's still so many players forward. One player up front by himself,
100%.
and they've got an extra player on the park. That's what frustrates me.
100%. You've got to go for the game now.
You've got to go for
You've
the
got to
game.
go for the game. You've got 20 minutes left with a little bit of added time. It's either you're going to lose the game 1-0 or you're going to lose the game 5-0. It does not matter because you're going to have no points.
But the opportunity's been given
Exactly
to them.
right.
They've got a man more, move some player, only play 3 at the back if they have to.
Exactly right.
You
Go
saw
for
that
the game. It doesn't
replay?
matter how many goals you lose the game by. Go for it now. You've got nothing to lose.
So you saw that replay that Chicomte getting one in the back of the head, and referee are on the spot. Once again, it goes to Captain Tyler Bailey, sends it into attack. Yoshida was in the back there, and it's gone back to Makioto's in the chance. Shot there by
Kochi.
Kochi. He's been on fire. Look at him go.
Well, you look at the amount of work off the ball that he's doing, Rob.
He's run everywhere.
Running forward, running backward to defend.
Oh, if that was on target, keeper had no chances. Keeper had moved the other
Been
direction.
a little bit unlucky, have Parra Hills.
Yeah, exactly right.
Not to hit the target at the right time.
Certainly on top in the second half, aren't they?
Campbelltown under all sorts of pressure here. They'll be lucky to hang on in this game. But as we've said, Parra Hills, it's in their own hands what they do from here. As the goal kick is taken. Oh, gee, is Toure.
Toure.
I thought that would almost knocked him over. There's nobody there. There's only Mullen waiting for the ball. Matsumoto was running in, but really only had one option, couldn't get it forward. And probably the best result for them, winning a corner.
They did do a replay. It was.
Yep, I think you're right there, Spells. Certainly was a
you
dive.
you can let Joe
can see.
know. Unfortunately, that was simulation. You'll pick that up on the replay tonight.
So the corner kick on the far side. Who's that? Matsumoto. Swings it around. Alex Mullen got his head to it, but wide at the upright, and it will be a goal kick.
Spelsy,
Parra Hills.
Now they've gone down to 10 men. Is Joe swapping a bit of their formation, or they're just trying to hold on now for the win?
Well, there hasn't been any real changes or any strong demands of anything.
I don't think he'll make a change. A lot of youngsters keeping his team as it is at the moment.
You're right, Rob. Kochi tries to get to the ball. Mullen leaves it. Here's Toure in the middle of the park. Goes back to Kirk. Kirk, oh, she's just about rode him then. That was on the far side. Was it Yoshida?
I think it all, it's all going to come down to Parra Hills. The reason why they're back in this game is because they're running hard, creating opportunities. They look extremely pacey up front, and they've actually got Parra Hills Campbelltown looking, just a tad slow at the moment, a bit reactive. So they've got to keep powering along here.
Scores at other grounds thanks to the West Beach Pizza Bar. Stewart Olympic leading 2-0 against Metro Stars in the other game. Sturt Lions winning 2-0 today at 3 o'clock that was against the Comets. And here at the Steve Woodcock Sports Centre, it is Campbelltown leading 1-0 with a man down.
Matsumoto now gets it back to Harvey. Harvey goes to Mullen, Matthew Mullen. Switches play, finds Fife. Fife's going to have to go back to his goalkeeper. He does. A long ball. It will go out.
And Tony, there is 3 games happening tomorrow. So a 3 o'clock kickoff, West Adelaide against Adelaide City. 3:15 kickoff, Adelaide United against Croydon, and a 7:15 kickoff down at the Velos Football Centre. It is Burkalla against South Adelaide.
Piantadosi gets it inboard, finds it, Tyler Bailey. Switches play, finds Samuro. Brings it down nicely. He's got 2 Campbelltown players around him. Goes around both of them.
Saying it's out.
It went out, unfortunately for him.
Parry Hills are going to make a change. They've got 15 minutes left. They've got 2 attacking players here in Luke Coluncia and Andrew Butler. You can take 1 defender off, probably Pierce Stevens, the right back. Have Tyler Bailey as the holding midfielder. So if Campbelltown do attack, he can just drop in to make it that flat 4. But then in transition play, they've got another attacking player on. They're 3 at the back. Go for the game.
Oh,
Yeah, Shante Mayol would be a good one to come on.
I'm flabbergasted, mate, because really, if you have a look, at the moment, it's still Jacomte up front by himself.
Yeah, I'm no coach, but if I was the coach of this team right now, that is the substitution I would make. Take one of the fullbacks off, make it a flat 3, put another attacking player on, have Tyler Bailey as the holding midfielder, so when it does turn into defence, he can drop in and make it a
He's read your mind.
So he attacks on the left-hand side looking for Chacomte, and goes over the sideline for a throw-in.
Did he read my mind, or I'm just speaking too loud, Spells?
You might be speaking loudly. He's all over it.
He's got the mic. He's got the headphones on, I think.
Kochi now for Para Hills. Good work there by Harvey.
He's tuned into the Adelaide radio app.
Well, he needs, but still, see, this is what I don't understand. I don't understand.
Yeah, exactly right.
There's
But even as a player, though,
well,
you're playing.
Wouldn't you cover that space?
Exactly right. As a first-team player, what's the point being all the way out there?
None whatsoever.
He's going to put
use your initiative.
Butler.
Whatsoever. None
The
whatsoever.
Butler. Butler's coming on.
But he's taking an attacking player off.
It's like for like.
Yeah.
So
Well, Butler's an attacking player.
Yeah, but take a defender off. Make it a flat 3
okay.
at the back. But Campbelltown have got a flat 3. Make it a flat 3 at the back. Have Tyler Bailey, your holding midfielder. So when they are in defence mode, he can drop in and make it a flat 4. And when they're attacking, at least they've got attacking players with attacking-minded sort of game to themselves to get. There's only 15 minutes left.
So Harvey with the throw. Olympic go further ahead, boys. Thanks to the West Beach Pizza Bar, 3-0 against Metro Stars. It's unbelievable scorelines today as Jacomte trying to find Butler. As they go all the way back to Piantadosi, right-hand side of the park. They go into attack. Butler! Chance. Keep it well, Harpers.
probably could
Picks
have
it
brought
up.
that down, Rob.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad try.
If Para Hills don't get something out of this game, they've got themselves to blame.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. As I said, they've just got to get players forward quicker than what they're doing at the moment. That ball's got to move quicker. They've got to get players forward quicker.
Almost knocked
at
out
the
his own
moment,
player.
They're playing into the hands of Campbelltown, who are trying to slow this game down, and they're not allowing them to use that extra man. And that's suicide sometimes for the team that's got a player less. As Mike Gordon now gets it forward to his captain in Bailey. He loses possession. Visionary goes to Mullen. Here's an opportunity for Para Hills to go down. In the meantime, he gives away a free kick. That's not good by Andrew Butler. Campbelltown just hanging on at the moment. Harvey goes short. Visionary back to Harvey. Mullen. Mullen's got players. Well done by Mullen here. But Kochi, who's been sensational. Geez, close to my man of the match, even if they don't win. But I know Rob doesn't allow that. As the ball goes forward, there's still only two players. No one in the midfield. And look where they all are.
Exactly right.
So left-hand side of the park it goes. Campbelltown Red Devils. It's Halliday moving towards the left side of the park to Toure. Toure looks for some support. Does square it up. Kirk. Dummy there by Mullen, but Matsumoto didn't read it. Cleared here by Para Hills. Goes to Tyler Bailey from his brother Carter Bailey as it goes to Truscott. Right hand side gets brought down after disposal. He might have hurt himself. Sorry, Spells?
A yellow card, I would suggest he's... No?
Yeah. Professional foul there by Halliday.
So it'll be Tyler Bailey, the captain of the Para Hills Knights. Can they get back into this game? They are 1-0 down. Don't forget today's match day sponsor is Statewide Super. Proudly bringing you the big game today here at the Steve Woodcock Sports Centre. It's Campbelltown leading 1-0 against Para Hills. Para Hills working hard, trying to get this equaliser as Bailey Truscott chips it in, trying to find Jacomte. It's a chance for Macchioro. Tries a shot, it's come unstuck. He looks like he's pushed forward, is he? Macchioro?
No, it's free kick. For the free kick.
So Campbelltown Red Devils have got the ball and they go into attack. Goes towards Pictionary. Is that offside? No, it isn't. Here's a chance to Sealer. Squares it up. Mullen goes down. It's a bad ball there by Pictionary. It was behind him. It's Campbelltown through Matsumoto.
Matsumoto now gets it to Harvey. That is suicidal. I mean, how can you allow 2-on-1 when you've got an extra man, right? That is terrible. That is laziness through the midfield to get back, because Macchioro got caught out then. One of his midfielders should have covered for him, and he didn't, as Tyler Bailey now. Para Hills go forward, tries to find Jacomte now. Truscott gets it out, tries to get it out wide. Not a great ball. Their own worst enemies at the moment are Para Hills. Bailey, this time it's Carter Bailey. He gets brought down by Toure.
Surprised it's not a yellow card for a blatant pullback.
Well, it was. He was just trying to buy some time there, and you're right. It was a professional foul and should have been a card. Bailey now. Player streaming forward.
He's hitting the ball pretty nicely at the moment, putting it right in the hot spots.
Well, he didn't hit the hot spot then. He hit a Campbelltown player. Still Bailey trying to win that ball. Toure's working hard there for Campbelltown. On the counter. Campbelltown have got players streaming forward. Matsumoto gets it forward. I thought that was offside to Toure, but obviously not. Matsumoto now for Campbelltown. Wants some help. Eventually gets it. Harvey. Mullen switches play. Pictionary. Back to Mullen. Campbelltown keeping possession. Halliday. This is good work here by Pictionary. Takes a shot, but didn't go too far off of a Para Hills player. The ball goes out and we are throwing here to Para Hills.
81 minutes played, almost 82. So the throw-in taken here by Para Hills. Can they get it, this equaliser? They are down 1-0. As Bailey Truscott trying to go short. If they do hang on, they go top of the table too, because Metros are down 3-0. They won't win. So if Campbelltown can hang on, they will go top
and a big
of the
result,
table.
And a big result for Olympic as they
push
ahead,
top 6.
a push ahead of Para Hills if they don't get something out of this game.
So Campbelltown still with possession. Captain Fife goes short. Matty Mullen looking for a play, but it's cut out there by Carter Bailey. Tyler Bailey, his brother, the captain, with the ball, right-hand side of the park. It goes to Piantadosi. Back to Tyler Bailey, looking for Butler. Can't quite get there in the way of Sean Harvey. Matsumoto gets checked there by Carter Bailey. He could get a yellow card for this one.
You know what, you'd almost think that Campbelltown's got the extra player because they're outnumbering Para Hills, especially in the midfield.
100%.
And that ball drops. It's just their work rate is obviously a lot better because Para Hills at the moment just not winning that midfield, and they've got the extra man as we know that a player for Campbelltown.
No yellow card in that one.
Marino got sent off as Mullen goes long. Macchioro gets his head to it. Here's an Another opportunity for Para Hills to go forward. Again, a long ball.
Whoa.
Can he get to it? No, he can't. Good work there
Ooh.
by Harpus. Read that beautifully.
Shoot. He has
He does shot, but he's not going to get there. Good thinking, though.
Who was that? Piantadosi, was it?
No, I don't think
Who was on that side?
far side. I can't
Pierce
pick him up.
Stevens, I think.
Yeah, I think you might be right, Rob. Here's another change by Para Hills.
Kalancha.
Kalaluncha coming on.
Kochi.
Where's Shante Mahel? Isn't he on the bench?
Yeah, he's on the bench, but he's made the right substitutions for players to come on, but he's made the wrong substitutions
Great
taking
game.
the players off.
Great game by Kochi.
I am surprised, to be honest. He was looking the most
Dangerous.
likely.
Yeah, I'm still.
But he's doing like for like. He's not changing the game whatsoever.
Yeah,
he's still got the same back four.
Yeah, personally myself, I'm a bit flabbergasted the way this game has panned out in the tactical sense. And if Para Hills don't get anything out of this game with only really 5 minutes to go and a bit of extra time out of time, they've only got themselves to blame.
And as we know, this referee doesn't like to add too much extra time.
No, it's a little
last
chilly.
week it was raining.
And this week?
It's not raining.
It's a bit icy on the toes.
You should play about 3 minutes then. So right-hand side of the park, it is a throw into Campbelltown Red Devils at home at the Steve Woodcock Sports Centre. They are leading 1-0. Can they hang on and go back to the top of the table? They had it last week and missed out with that 4-4 draw. Made Metros go back on top of the table. Metros are down 3-0. And if Campbelltown can hang on, they will go top of the table. Although top two is more important, is important, just as important.
Yeah, it is, exactly.
Double chance.
Top two.
Top of the table, you win the minor premiership,
yeah,
though.
A lot of football, but at the end of the day, even though it's the final series, you still want to finish top.
And you win that, you go play in that national competition too,
yeah,
don't you?
Exactly right.
So Campbelltown still pressing on as Para Hills will get the throw in. As they go into attack, Jacompt on his own in the forward lines. Captain Fife has to go back to his keeper. Oh, bobbled at the wrong time and went backwards just about. Cleared here by Campbelltown over the sideline for a throw-in.
Throw-in to Para Hills. They've got about, let's say, 5 minutes in this game to get the equaliser that they've been searching for. It will be a long throw here. Looking up there for Stevens. Couldn't find him. Makioro now. Good work here. Toure on the ball. He's got Para Hills players everywhere. He's going to have to go to the corner and hold it up. But nobody in the middle. Can he get a corner out of this? No, he doesn't. Good work there by Piantadosi.
I'm surprised no one's told him go to the corner flag.
Yeah, just eat up some time at least. Yeah. Makioro, who's been exceptional. Ooh. Carter Bailey, missed kick there. Matsumoto. I think Campbelltown are just controlling this game as they like. That is a Campbelltown throw in my books, it is. Sean Harvey. Matsumoto nearly got to that ball.
Again, Yowie back!
Can they do anything? They look like they've stopped. Matsumoto, can he make them pay for this? He gets brought down.
He was trying to get past 100 players then.
Well, he had no other
players everywhere.
There, really, but Para Hills look like they've stopped.
Yeah, just in that instance there. Well, they run out of gas a little bit.
So over the ball would probably be Puccineri.
How often does it happen, though? The team that has the player sent off just lifts.
I don't think Campbelltown lifted personally. I just don't think Para Hills have adjusted to the situation well enough.
No,
I think that's the problem.
Certainly haven't made any use of the extra man whatsoever.
I think I'm not a coach, and credit to all coaches that do the job, but at the end of the day, I think the best coaches need to be flexible within their tactics. A plan A, a plan B, a plan C, a plan D. I felt like they don't have a plan B. They've got their plan A and that's it.
So Captain Fife is over the ball. Thought he fell over.
No, that was the folder.
So Fife, can he make it 2-0 and wrap it up for the Red Devils? Over the ball. Swings it around. Oh, that's hit the upright. A shot there by Alex Mullen. Still a chance. Has that gone in?
It has.
Yeah, Pictionary.
Pictionary, I don't know how that sneaked through.
2.
Did that go in?
That
went
did
in.
Pictionary.
I'd love to see that replay.
Near post, Rob.
They had, in that instant, they had 3 shots, 2 off target. Because crossbar.
I thought they hit the side netting.
Oh, 1 off. Sorry, 1 off target. Keeper.
1 save. And we missed the goal.
We might have missed a goal. Because I think the...
Yeah, Pictionary. Nah, he's keeper saved it. Fell to Pictionary in the sort of just outside of that right upright there, and he's just snuck it in. And you can see here on the replay.
Well,
See if
Crossbar.
they picked it up.
Mullen, a little side volley. Good save there by Chamberlain. And
We missed the goal.
as you could see, that ball fell to Pictionary. Hit it first time. Back of the net.
Fair enough.
Sign,
So the
sealed,
90th minute
delivered,
mark.
and look what happened. 90th minute, and he finally takes off the fullback. To me, that is too late. Do you agree with me, Spelsy?
So
Oh,
Jimbo,
absolutely. Carter Bailey off, Pierce Stevens on.
Mayo on, sorry.
Sorry.
Jimbo, I've sent you the live ladder. So that'll go on your email there. So if you can put that live ladder a little bit later on. As it is Para Hills. I know you've got a lot of work to do there. Just a little extra thing.
This game is over.
So the game is over, and the live ladder will have Campbelltown on top of the table.
As Campbelltown get ready to make a substitution, it will be
One of the youngsters.
Thomas Viet.
Thomas Viet to come on.
A defender. Oh, no, he's going to throw him up front.
Son of, is it?
Son of
Yes.
Carl.
It is son of Carl.
He's not as red and ginger as Carl.
No.
He's got the red shirt, though.
Only a bit taller.
A bit taller.
Carl was
Oh, no,
fair.
Carl was
Carl,
fairly...
Carl was up there.
He's still got him.
But not as tall. Yeah, you're right. So Campbelltown 2-0 up. We'll win this game. We'll go top of the table. Metro's on the live ladder.
Para Hills
Down 3-0.
Para Hills lose a little grip on that top 6.
Now there's
Yeah.
players streaming forward.
Yeah, it's just... I don't know if he thinks it's still the 55th minute in the second half. Fortunately, it's the 90th.
Might have been a free kick there, but the referee wave play on. And player goes down. This could be something happening. He's wave play on. Now he's stopped it.
Be interesting what
Is
card...
that Tyler Bailey?
No, yeah, it
Yeah.
is
He's had a
Bailey,
card, isn't he?
And it's Mullen down by the looks.
Tyler Bailey.
He's going to get
yes,
sent off.
he is carded, and he will get sent off, and that's done. It's a big loss because he's going to miss him for next week. So he is quite an influential type of player there for Para Hills. That's going to be a
he's
big
very high
loss.
in the best players.
Yeah, a big
By the
loss
way,
there. For
who are we
Para
going
Hills.
for man of the match?
It's hard because no one's really excited me tonight.
No, I totally agree. Gee. I think Matsumoto's had a fair game. I think
I don't think so.
Pictionary's had a reasonable game. Nobody exciting. I mean,
I don't know.
I'll
Give it to
Spells?
Thomas Viet. He looked good when he ran on.
Any thoughts, Spells?
Oh, well, I
We're
know
all
it's a bit of
stunned.
a
We are
scramble.
all
Sean
struggling.
Harvey's been handy.
well, you don't reckon Matsumoto's been handy?
He's worked hard.
Well,
I don't know if he's...
Spells, do you have the Claymore wines in your
I've got
car?
him right here.
Well, why don't we just say it's a cold night. No one really deserved it. Let's
go for a drink.
Let's go for a drink. And
I know,
I
we-
think we
We
deserve
owe,
this
we
wine.
owe Adam one. So
We owe Adam one.
Well, Rob, you go through the Campbelltown lineup. You tell me a player that's played better.
Yeah,
You
I don't
can't
know.
think of one, can you?
Halliday?
Oh,
He's been okay.
He's been
just-
okay. Everyone's been
really-
okay.
Don't
He
leave
just-
it to me,
he
guys.
hasn't
'cause
had a
I
lot
would
to do.
personally, I wouldn't give it to anybody if you're going to really ask
Dion
me.
Kirk?
are you just throwing up names, Rob? Or
Well, actually,
you know who I
Harper's
think-
saved a few.
you know who I think has also played a reasonable game is Toure.
Toure now.
Nah, straight
so,
out no.
that's
Straight
it.
out no.
That's it.
I think we just leave it up to Spells.
Spells. Ask
Spells, whoever you get.
Ask
No,
Joe
no.
Mullen who he thinks has played well
Maybe,
for this
yeah.
team.
And that's it. It is full time here at the Steve Woodcock Sports Centre. It's amazing, isn't it? We can't pick a player
Well,
that we think
it's been
deserved
that
the
type
man
of-
of the match.
For me, it's the goal scorer. It's either Mullen or Pictionary.
That's
They
what I
score
reckon
goals.
too.
Well,
And Pictionary's worked hard, so he probably deserves 2 bottles of wine. We owe him one.
I think his passing was a little off tonight. I would prefer Mullen. but
Spells is trying to get the who do you reckon played well, and he's having a think. Matty Mullen, that sounds all right.
It's his uncle.
That's not right, Tony. You can't say that. Matty Mullen deserves it. Come on.
Missionary.
So, is it Matty Mullen, Spells?
Well, that's who the skipper reckons.
All right, no, that's fair enough. And we'll get Adam Pictionary too if you can.
Yep.
We owe him one from last time. So, guys, final scores. Campbelltown 2, Parry Hills 0. Deserved it in the end?
Oh, I
or
think
not?
so. I mean, look, I think the undoing to themselves was Parry Hills in that second half. As Ryan said, I don't think that they handled the tactical moves as much as or as well as what they should have. They had the luxury of having the extra man. They certainly didn't move the ball quickly. They certainly didn't push men up when they should have. And at the end of the day, Campbelltown made them pay for it, and a good win to Campbelltown. Struggled a little bit. It was a tough, hard-fought win. It wasn't pretty, but they'll take the points.
I agree with you there, Tony. I don't think, Campbelltown, okay, they deserved the win, but I don't think they made Parry Hills. I personally think Parry Hills lost them the game, or lost the game themselves, or didn't get a point out of it themselves because they weren't adaptable to the situation, and great football clubs can be adaptable to situations. You got to be adaptable. You got to change. You got to change it up according to the situation. Yeah, I agree with sometimes be firm and believe into your tactics. But when you've got a man down, and you're on top of him, they were on top of him in that little bit of period. They were having that three shots and testing the keeper. You got to go for it. You're going to lose 1-0, or at the end of the day, they lost 2-0. Does it really matter?
No, it
They didn't get no points out of it.
No,
Okay, yeah, Metros did go down 3-0. So Spells has got Matty Mullen all wired up.
Yeah, I
and
have.
Here we go.
We far enough away. You can see us,
It's
over,
okay.
see us over here.
Yeah, the cameras have got you.
Great
No problem.
stuff.
I could see Matty just raise his eyebrows. So, the camera's straight on him.
Yeah, well, he sort of, when I said, Matty, oh, really? And I must admit, without saying that you would not deserve it of this, but we were really battling to look across. It was a pretty even spread of things throughout the boys. And at the end of the day, Matty, Stoic is always back there and creating opportunities for your team, doing your job. Man of the match.
Oh, thank you. It was a tough game, and we knew it would be because, night game, slippery conditions. Parry Hills are always up for the contest, and we knew it wasn't going to be easy. And they went through periods, Parry Hills, of some good football, and they looked dangerous. So we're happy we were able to ride it out, especially with 10 men. And that's a real big positive for us. So, and going forward, it's looking good for the last, how many games left?
Yeah, about 5 or 6.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, we were sort of saying that same sort of thing is that a lot of teams are falling over at this time of the year. It's not easy to maintain, especially through the winter months, and it's the good teams that keep banking these points. And you looked under the pump. I mean, Parry Hills, as you said, you know what they're like. They scratch, they fight. They're just competitors. And especially going down to 10 men, it was going to take something special. You seemed to absorb the next 15 minutes and perhaps even finished a little bit stronger.
Yeah, exactly. And Parry Hills are renowned for that. They're fighting. They're a fighting team, and they never give up, no matter what. You can still see 2-0 down. They're still fighting right at the end. So yeah, this is a tough time of the season. Especially for ball playing sides. The pitches get that little bit muddier and then bumpier. So you do have to change your strategy sometimes. And Parry Hills, hat off to them because I think they have some good quality, and I think going forward they're looking all right for finals. So I wish them all the best. But looking at us, I think we're going very well.
Yeah, well, you might have even jumped a spot or two as well because Metro Stars went 3-0 down to Olympic tonight. Just what we're saying about this sort of competition.
It just shows that any team can beat any team in this league, and it really comes down to a mental kind of state. I think if you're up for the game on the day, you'll win, and we try and drive that throughout our team and make sure we're mentally prepared and that we're always hungrier. And the level of every team is very, very similar. So whoever's hungry on the day will get the points, and we've known that. We lost 3-0 to Adelaide United, and they were just hungry on the day, and we just went up for it. And since then, we've basically we've known that there's a big factor is your mental state on the day. So we're really happy with the result, because we thought, you know, we voted out, wasn't easy, and yeah.
Exactly, Matty, and that's what we're saying, to keep driving through these winter weeks and keep banking points. Yeah. At the end of the day, when the sun starts shining in August, etc., it's going to place you really well.
Yeah, hopefully, and the top 2 spot is really important. We think, you get a double chance there, and that's our goal. But we believe we are the best side in the league in terms of ball playing, and in terms of how much we want it. We've played every team now. Twice, if not, a couple of teams once, and we feel like, yeah, why not go for that top spot? Why not? But we got to be hungry for it, and today we were.
Matty, well done, mate. It was good against your old team too. Playing with Parahills last season. Well done.
Oh yeah, it was. It's always interesting playing against your old teammates, and they're all good boys. I had a great time at Parahills, and you always get you cop a bit of flack, and that's all comes with it. And for some it drives you more, and for some it puts you off your game. But for me, I love it.
Is that all your kids in front of you there?
Yeah, I've got. No, that's only half of them. I've got 8 kids, so there's 4 of them. No, they're my fans, so sign some autographs later.
Matty, just quickly, you're talking about your mental state. Last week was a difficult type of result there for you down at South Adelaide. It's always tough travelling down to O'Sullivan's Beach, but it would have been even tougher with the conditions. Was it a tough game, or your mental state wasn't there? It was 4-4 at the end.
Yeah, it was always tough down there. The conditions are always tough and windy, but hat off to South Adelaide. They know how to play in those conditions. But when I talk about being hungry for it, they are a bunch of boys that are really hungry. And, when the conditions are tough and the pitch is tricky, it's an absolute leveller, and they could have come away with the win. They were in front 4 times, and we managed to come back. So we were actually thinking at the end, it's not such a bad thing getting a point there in the conditions that we're in. Both teams really wanted it on the day, so it was probably a fair result. But yeah, always tricky going there.
Matty, just quickly, I'm just having a look at the squad list that you had for tonight. Is your depth getting tested? You've got Mayo, Centofanti, Veer and Kagoy on the bench. There's a lot of youngsters. Is your depth being struggled? Because at the start of the season you had a lot of good players on the bench. Is there players coming in, or you've lost players over the transfer window?
No, they're good players. Our young boys are really good players. We do have depth, and they come on and they'll do a job, and we all trust each other. Yeah, we had some boys that felt like they deserved to be getting some first 11 action, and fair enough. The club never stands in their way, and hopefully they go all right. But the boys that came on today, they'll do every job that anyone else would, and that's one thing we drive throughout the team as well. That there's trust in every single player, whether you're a youngster, whether you've had 2 games in the league or you've had 200 games in the league. Everyone's got the trust in everyone. So yeah, no, our depth is fine. We're going no problems.
Oh, congratulations, mate! You got the Claymore wines for tonight. Drink it up. It's a pretty cold night. Yeah, it's good night.
That warmed me up. Thank you, boys.
Thank you.
Cheers. Thanks, boys.
Well done, Matty.
Well done.
And I think Adam Pictionary got his from last time we played down here. So congratulations to the 2 boys there. Let's look see if Jimbo's got that live ladder, boys. If we can get that up.
Well done, kids.
Yes, he did. Worked well, didn't it? So on the live ladder, boys, Campbelltown with that 2-0 result goes to 38. Metro's second on 36. Adelaide City they got their game tomorrow. They're on 31. Comets on 30. They lost their game today. Adelaide United Youth have got their game tomorrow. They're on 24. Olympic with 21. So they go in the top 6. And out of the top 6, Parahills on 18. West Adelaide still got to play their game on 17. South Adelaide on 16. Burkalla on 14. Croydon on 13. And Sturt Lions down the bottom there on 10. They can certainly catch up as well.
You look at South Adelaide there, they've got their 43 goals conceded, despite they lost 10-0 in their opening round. But West Adelaide, the live ladder gone now, 32 goals conceded, 18 goals scored for. That's a difficult season for them.
Look, I'll stick my neck out and say that top 6 will stay as is. I can't see too much change.
Yeah, they've got Erpa scored a double tonight for Olympic. They've brought in Kamara, a very pacey winger, experienced in final season. I sort of agree with you there, Tony. I think Adelaide Olympic will round out that top 6 and secure. And I think that top 6 currently, I think that's what will be the final teams.
Okay, guys, we'll just about wrap it up here. Spells, thank you very much once again on the boundary.
Pleasure, boys.
Great game tonight. Running out winners, Campbelltown 2-0. Ryan Marvedra, we'll see you next week.
We will see you next week. We're at Olympic, me and you, Robbie, 6 o'clock. We're going to get fed well. I'll bring my nice big jacket again. I reckon it's going to be cold.
The Shazliks, yeah. Chicken slate.
So is it just me and you next week, or who's?
And Cassandra, I think.
So that's
if she can make it.
No Spells.
Spells is coming.
I was about to say A+, but now we've gone to the A team. So, yeah.
And Tony, once again, thank you very much.
No
You've got your day off next week.
Thank you.
And thank you to the crew down here as
no
well.
Glasses on now.
Peter Senior, Chappie, and not forgetting Jimbo down there producing the whole lot. So thank you, boys. And Campbelltown Red Devils running out winners 2-0 here at the Steve Woodcock Sports Centre. Once again, thanks to our match day sponsor, Statewide Super.
Can you tell him? Okay, come on.
What's this?
Apparently it was an epic jump. Smashed right through the laundry window.
What?
But your RAA home insurance covers accidental glass breakage.
Oh, hang on.
We do more. Get a quote today.